Stop mistreating Uncle Lou!
No, lady, how about you shut up? I'm doing Lou too, bitch!
Subscribe to LouTube.
full.
Good morning. How's everyone doing? Oh man, let's see if Florida State can get off the fucking schneid. What are we doing here? All right. Got about 5 minutes. Get your votes in. There you go. Who wins the game? Florida State or Boston College? Let me know. It'd be hilarious. So 0-2 for Florida State sure would be disastrous for our boy Mike Norvell. Yeah, Daruv, thank you. Jackpot, Daruv, thank you. Daruv, thank you. Yeah, 0-2 would be hilarious. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Florida State wins, and I think it might not be particularly close. I think Florida State might put one on them. We'll see. I had a hard time making my pick on this game at 16, 17 points. If I had to bet it one way or the other, I'd probably take Florida State and lay the points. I also like the under in this game. Under, was it 50? Was it under 50? So we'll see. A lot of empty seats. I doubt there'll be any empty seats by the time the game kicks off. It'd be hilarious if FSU lost, but it ain't going to happen. It could happen. I just find it hard to believe that they're going to play that bad 2 weeks in a row. And honestly, I just don't think Boston College is as good as Georgia Tech. I really don't. Miami and Southern Cal beat the SEC. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Their trophy is on the way. Their trophy is on the way. There's a guy on FB saying he will eat dog shit on live stream if FSU loses. People do that all the time. It's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. DJ going to have a good game and people are going to overreact. People love to overreact, don't they? Well, we're overreacting to Florida State losing last week. We all do it. We all do it. Arkansas is winning the national title because they won 70-0 this past weekend. Hey, what's up, Punisher? Good to see you in here. He says, I don't think there could be a better start to a Miami season than Miami blowing out Florida at the Swamp and FSU losing twice by week 1. That would be something, wouldn't it? Miami looks like the real deal, people. I don't know what to tell you. Now, like everybody else, I want to see them get through the season without shitting on their own foot because they've done that a lot over the last 20 years. But Miami looks like the real deal to me. Lou, I parlayed the under with FSU spread. If I was going to parlay this game, that's what I would do. FSU with the under. That's what I would do if I was going to parlay. Lou mad that Georgia is trash. Yeah, Georgia's terrible. Georgia will be lucky to win another game. Boy, nothing gets past you. I put Miami at 3 in my mock playoff bracket. Nailed it. Yeah, winner of the ACC will probably get the 3 or the 4 spot. Probably the 3. Lou, I didn't bet. You want me to make a bet? All right, hold on. I'll make a bet real quick. FSU minus 17 or over under 51.5. I'm going to take Florida State to cover. I'm going to take Florida State to cover. All right, I got Florida State to cover. So that way, if I lose, y'all control me. Oklahoma will win the SEC over Bama this year. Isn't it a school night? You got about an hour, I guess, you can hang out in here. Or you got to go to bed. Commercial break, and then I'm guessing we'll be getting it kicked off here pretty soon. I have Florida State minus 3.5 in the first quarter. I like that bet too. In fact, I might join you on that. Football game. Let me see if you have a... Make that bet. I'm just going to stick with what I have. Oregon's going to lose to Boise, says Double O'Neill. I have Texas winning out and will face UGA or Bama. Lou, their stadium isn't even at full capacity. I'm pretty sure it will be by the time the game gets kicked off. I think they usually sell their games out. Lou, your shirt is killing me. What's wrong with the shirt? You don't like pineapples or what? DirecTV, your season is over. Yeah, DirecTV turned off all the Disney channels on everybody, didn't they? I don't know why anybody still has satellite or cable. If you're under 60 years old and you've still got satellite or cable, I don't know what to tell you. You got problems. Big ones, too. Big ones. The Real Dynasty, thank you for the super chat. It says Alabama versus Georgia, 1 versus 2, week 5. If that happens, this will surpass the 2019 Bama versus LSU game views. I don't know. What makes you think that's going to be 1 versus 2 in week 5? You think Ohio State's going to lose before that or something? I mean, Georgia's 1 in most polls, but Bama's not 2. Paul Garner says Boomer Sooner equals Goober Smoocher. That Tennessee-Oklahoma game will be a good one in a few weeks, won't it? That'll be a real good one. DJ Oogabadoog will throw a couple of picks today. Well, look at this. Look at this. They got look at this white boy. There he is. Look at him. Jesus Christ. Get that white boy off of that fucking show pony. Why can't they just get a real Indian? What is so hard about just getting a real Indian to do that? I don't understand this pulling a white frat boy out with the Amazon Indian costume and the flaming toothpick. I don't understand that shit at all. I don't see why they can't just get a real Indian to do it. That's a fucking shame. That's a goddamn shame. Jesus Christ. It looks like Boston College will be receiving the ball first. White jerseys, gold pants with the gold helmets for Boston College. Similar colored teams here. Of course, the burgundy and gold. Florida State in all burgundy with the gold helmets. What Florida State helmet do I have? I've got the one they're wearing. I like the white Florida State. I think the white Florida State helmets look really good. Didn't they wear those last week against Georgia Tech, or am I wrong? I think they did. I like the white Florida State helmets, though. Here's the kick. It's going to go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Boston College, first possession of the season coming up here. Castellanos returns at quarterback for Boston College. They've got a new coaching staff, though. Bill O'Brien, now the head coach, came from the NFL. Before that, I believe he was at Bama for a couple of years as offensive coordinator. Gets the head coaching spot now at Boston College, so let's see what he can do. 1st and 10 for Boston College on their own 25. We're just underway here. The kickoff sail through the back of the end zone, so this will be the first play of the game and the first play of the season for Boston College. Texas by a country mile. Next week against Michigan? Yeah, I haven't changed my mind. I picked Texas in the offseason, and nothing I saw this week made me change my mind. Michigan looks like they might have issues, mainly at quarterback, but maybe some other issues too. I think Texas is going to go up there and get the win. 1st and 10, the line has gone way up too. I've got Texas -4 because I bet it 2 weeks ago. The line's all the way up to 7 now. 1st and 10. They're going to keep it on the ground on 1st down. Nowhere to go. No gain. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up now for Boston College. Lou, who's my top 10? I'll put the top 10 out tomorrow. I usually put the top 10 out on Monday, but I decided to just wait one more day since we still had a game tonight. But generally, I update my top 25 every Monday. This week, it'll be tomorrow. Lou, why is Florida State ranked number 10? They were ranked 10 in the preseason, and no new polls have come out yet. They don't update the rankings after week 0. Another handoff. This time they're going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards straight up the middle this time, close to the 30-yard line. 3rd down coming up now for Boston College. The new poll doesn't come out until tomorrow. Yeah, they put a poll out before week 0, and they haven't put another poll out since, the AP and the coaches. So that's why Florida State is still ranked 10th. Where's my Vols at? In Knoxville. They're in Knoxville, buddy. 3rd and 5. A quarterback draw. See, this is what killed Florida State against Georgia Tech, and it looks like they ain't figured it out yet. They had a fucking week, and they knew this quarterback was going to do this. This is all this quarterback does. This shit, Florida State, man, you had a fucking week to correct this shit. They had a week to correct this shit, and they hadn't done it. I mean, that's what cost them against Florida State was them damn quarterback runs, but Florida State's so damn retarded. Quarterback run for a 1st down across the 40 to the 41. 1st and 10. Another handoff. Up the gut again. Is going to pick up 3, maybe 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd and about 6. Boston College yet to throw the ball. Florida State had a week to fix their issues with a running quarterback and couldn't do it. That's pitiful. Love you, Lou. Always in the background. Go Dogs. Hey, good to see you, Eric. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you helping to support the show today. 2nd and 6, Boston College. Pistol formation this time. 3 wide receivers. 1 goes in motion across the formation. Snap. Rolls out. Wants to throw this time. Looking. Throws. Caught across midfield for a 1st down. Tackled inside the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Boston College. And Florida State is absolute dog shit. Did you see the new SEC Shorts video? No. I did not. If FSU loses, it's your program is over. Damn. Who are they going to sue if they lose this one? Ain't no telling. They're running out of people to sue. They're running out of people to sue now. 1st and 10, BC on the Florida State 45. Wants to throw again, steps up in the pocket, gets away from the rush, gets rid of it complete in the backfield, but hit right away and dropped for a loss of about 5. It's going to be 2nd and long coming up now for Boston College. BC looks big and fast compared to FSU. Boy, that's sad too, ain't it? That is sad. I guess they're having technical difficulties with the clock, so I won't be able to tell you how much time is left in the quarter or the game or anything like that because they're not showing it on TV. The referees are keeping time on the field. 2nd and 15, Boston College picks up 10 yards with a pass to the tight end. 3rd and about 5 coming up for BC now. But yeah, there's some kind of issue with the clock in the stadium, so I'm not able to tell you how much time is left in the first quarter other than that the game pretty much just started. Is Florida State or Florida worse? Florida. Florida is worse. 3rd and 5. Oh my God. Wow. Boston College with a wheel route, and he was wide open. Perfect throw, and he dropped it. And he'd still be running had he caught it. Instead, it's 4th and 5, and I don't know if can they kick a long field goal or what they're going to do here. They're probably going to have to punt. It would be like a 57-yard field goal. Look how open he is. That's a touchdown. All he's got to do is catch the ball, and that's a touchdown. And it literally hit him right in the hands. A perfect throw. Wow. Wow. Yeah, scholarship revoked on that. Wow, you got to capitalize on those. Boston College going to try to pin Florida State back deep. Not able to do it, which is sad because the Boston College guy was down there, but like an idiot, he ran into the end zone. What the fuck were you doing, man? You're supposed to stop on the 1-yard line. The guy ran into the fucking end zone. Hey, this is for that Boston College player. This is for that Boston College player.
5-star dummy.
5-star fucking dummy. Could have had Florida State pinned back on the 1-yard line. Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. Boston College is playing dumb. Well, I don't know about playing dumb. That play was dumb. That guy is dumb for sure. Are we going to admit ACC is a group of 5 conference yet? Miami looks good in the ACC. NC State and Virginia Tech were disappointing. Florida State obviously disappointing. Clemson, I mean, maybe Clemson is good. And maybe Georgia's just that much better. I don't know. Gotta wait. I mean, they play App State this week, so find out a little bit more about Clemson this week. Miami and Louisville look good. Well, Louisville played a nobody. You can't judge nothing off of that. Arkansas 170-0. Are they good? What's up, Jonathan? South Florida would win the ACC. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Oh, poll's still open. Yeah, most of y'all are on Florida State. Most of y'all are on Florida State. Miami probably best team in Florida. I don't think there's any question about it. Central Florida is probably the second best team. 10 for 10 on offense is impressive no matter who you play, including with backups. I don't know who you're talking about. Are you talking about Arkansas, Auburn, Mississippi State? Who are you talking about? All those teams went 10 for 10 and scored 80 points. Arkansas? Yeah. Arkansas. People need help. People need help. Here's Arkansas' schedule from last year. In week 1, they won 56-13. Then they started playing SEC teams, and look at all these L's. Please, just stop. They were 4-8. They won 56-13 last year. 56-13. Went 4-8. Their only SEC win was against Florida. Yeah, but they're winning the national title this year because they won 70-0 in week 1. Yep. Facts. Facts. Arkansas versus Tennessee in the national title game because they both won 70-0. 1st and 10 for Florida State. Ukulele throws incomplete. I don't know what he saw there. Great coverage on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up for Florida State. Thought of this yesterday, but fans of SCS teams aren't giving up on the season because they lost big to Power 5 teams. It's the same opposite for Power 5 teams, says Caleb. Yeah, thank you for the super chat, Caleb. I appreciate that, buddy. Ukulele throws out in the flat, complete. Upended after a gain of 3 yards. 3rd and about 7. Is Florida State going to develop a downfield passing game? I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to believe if they end up really being as bad as they looked last week against Georgia Tech. What does that say about Mike Norvell? 3rd and 6 for Florida State. They better get it going here. Wow. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say here. Receiver was open. Did it go through his arms or was it a bad throw? Let's look at the replay. He's wide open. It would have been a 1st down. It went right through his hands. It went right through what? Does this guy need glasses? What the fuck? Can anybody on this field on either team catch the ball? Does he need glasses or what? Wow. I don't know what's going on there. Fair catch called and made by Boston College at their own 29. 1st and 10. This will be their 2nd possession of the 1st quarter. Again, they're having clock problems in the stadium. Some of y'all might know this, but they're doing a lot of renovations on Florida State Stadium. So I don't know if that's what the problem is, but the clocks are out in the stadium. So we don't know how much time is left in the 1st quarter. They're keeping time on the field. The referees are. So I don't know how much time is left in the 1st quarter. Does it say online how much time is left? And if it does, how do they know? It says online that there's 9.5 minutes left in the 1st quarter. I don't know how they know that online, but they're not able to put it on TV, but we'll see. So I guess that's right, though. Put TJ Finley in, says Gunkman. Oh, yeah, that's right. FSU could sue the clocks this time. Yeah, that might be something they could do. Yeah, it's on the scoreboard on the screen, but it's not on TV, and the announcer said the clocks in the stadium aren't working, so the referees are having to keep time on the field. So I guess it's accurate online, but I don't know that for sure. Wide receiver was shocked DJ threw an accurate pass, says number one fan of you. Now, you might be onto something there. It doesn't happen very often, does it? Let's see who's in here and hanging out now that we're on a commercial break. Tyler, Jason, Paul Garner, Just Dan, Dead Kennedy, Nick DTV, Gumpman, Mike Novak, Unsung, Guy ATL, EJ Ugly. Don't be so hard on yourself, bud. Yeah. Kentucky Fried 94, The Colorblind Gamer, Cyrus Sturgill, the Assassin King, Rory Bowen, Mr. Scrunchy Mouse, David 54, G Foul, B Puck, the Mad Tea Sipper in that. Jay Shipus. Yep, Jay Shipus is here. Pastor Dave, Them Dogs Though, Sergeant Gibby, Texas Blackout, Hunt Dog, Ray Lott, Gumpman 72, SEC Man, Nick DTV. Nick, you been on any dates with Tiger Cat lately? You might need to take her out, man. She's down bad after that corn dog game yesterday. You might need to go over there and rub her feet, if you know what I'm saying. You know that's your responsibility, dude. Kalen DeBoss, Sean Million, Lucas UGA fan. Dan Davis has a good point. He says, like this video, you cowards. Yeah, y'all hit the thumbs up here. No score early in the game. Hopefully we'll see some offense. I don't know. It feels like a lot of these games in week 1 have been a little lackluster on the offensive side of the ball. What do y'all think? But I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight, though. We're going to have a good time watching this game. And fuck it, if the game ain't no good, then we'll just holler and scream about something else then. Peyton says, who's worse, Oogabadoog or Graham Cracker Mertz? I actually think Oogabadoog is worse than Graham Mertz. Yeah, I actually think DJ Oogabadoog is worse than Graham Mertz. Y'all want me to get all hopped up on coffee or something? Since the game's kind of boring, I could hop myself up on coffee and put on a show in here for you. If that's what you want. All right, Florida State, or I'm sorry, Boston College is going to have their second possession, 1st and 10 on their own 29 after that Florida State punt. Don't do it. Don't get hopped up on coffee. I don't know. I don't know if I like your tone. 1st and 10, they keep it on the ground. No gain. Maybe half a yard. It's going to be 2nd and about 10 coming up now for Boston College. Play Rocky Top and sing it, and I'll send you $1.99. Ah, damn, Paul. Do I look like a homeless person to you shaking a fucking can for $1.99? I'm not your fucking puppet. I'm not. What do you think? I'm going to shake your hand for a quarter? Keep your $2, man. Keep your pocket change. Fuck Rocky Top. Oogabadoog will change the Gators. Fucking losers. Took BC under 16.5 team total. Not feeling great. This was a hard game to bet because we all know or think Florida State is a lot better than what they looked like last week, so it makes it hard to bet on the game this week. On top of that, we haven't seen Boston College, so all we know about Boston College is what we think about them from the offseason. It made this game hard to bet to me, which means I probably shouldn't have bet it. Normally, I wouldn't have bet this game, but it's the only one on, and y'all guilt-tripped me into it at the beginning of the stream, so I ended up taking Florida State minus 16.5. 3rd and 5 coming up for BC. Florida State 0 sacks last week versus Georgia Tech. Alarming. Alarming. Thought they were supposed to be good. 3rd and 5, back to throw. Castellanos in the pocket, dancing around. Happy feet, gets rid of it. Caught close to a 1st down. I think he probably got it. Caught the ball right at the line to gain. I would assume they're going to give him a 1st down here, and they do. Just short of the 40-yard line, 1st and 10, Boston College. Kim Byrne, thank you for the super chat. Florida State cinnamon rolls look soft and sweet. Damn. Damn. That's a fucking shame. Go to Jackpot stream. He'll gladly take your money. Is he streaming? That's it. He better not be streaming. If he is, I'm mad about it. No, he's not streaming. I was gonna call him and yell at him for streaming on my stream. Rob Dog says, I think Salim was supposed to have been in charge of the time at this game. He is the watchman. He is the watchman. All right, 2nd and 2 for Boston College on their own 47. Handoff. Trying to find some room. Fumbles. Wait a minute. The hell? How did he get out of that pile? At first I thought he fumbled and somebody else. He did fumble. Number 5 is running the ball. Yeah, number 5 fumbled and a different guy picked it up. You can't advance a fumble, can you? Can you advance? I guess you can. I guess you can advance a fumble. That was a weird looking, for those of you that are watching it, I was like, wait a minute. How did he pop out of the other side of that hole? But he didn't. It was a fumble and somebody else picked it up. Anyway, 1st and 10, Boston College on the Florida State 37-yard line. And now they're going to stop it and what? Review something? The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the offense, but the play is under further review. So I don't know what they're looking at exactly, but they're reviewing the play in that.
Anything before I go on my walk?
You going on your walk?
Yes.
Can I have a coffee? They want me to get all hopped up in that. Well, one person told me not to.
Well, what if I don't want you to get all hopped up?
Well, is that a no?
Yes, you want a coffee?
Yeah, thank you. Not on fourth down. Oh, is that when you can't advance the fumble? Okay. Don't lie, you love him all hopped up. Forward progress, maybe. What the fuck are you wearing? I'm wearing a button-up shirt with pineapples on it. What are you wearing? You think Ron Destiny thinks all the conferences are woke for not accepting... I can't even understand. Is that English? I can't tell. Worst SEC team. The worst SEC team that could win the ACC. Well, I'll name some teams that could win the SEC. You can figure out which one's the worst. Georgia, Bama, Texas, Ole Miss, Tennessee. Those are the teams that could definitely win the ACC. Teams that would have a pretty good shot: Missouri, Oklahoma, LSU. Yeah, how about that? How about that? FSU can make history tonight and become the first top 10 team to get upset twice. That's, yeah, you're right. Because they didn't update the rankings after week 0. Wouldn't that be something? That's kind of funny. Lou, you streaming the Friday night games? I looked at the schedule of games today, and it didn't look like there was anything worth streaming. I'll look again. But it didn't really look like there was anything worth it. Let's put it on the screen for you here. So Thursday night is absolute dog shit. Where is it at? Oh, I gotta change weeks. Here we go, week 2. So Friday, no, come on, man. Come on, man. Duke and Northwestern. Come on, man. What is that, a spelling bee or a football game? Come on, man. No. No. Now, Saturday, yeah. Saturday, I will be streaming on Patreon for sure. We'll see about YouTube. Patreon is either going to be the noon games or the primetime games, depending on what they vote on. Oh, by the way, if you're a member of the Patreon page, the poll is up. So make sure you go over to Patreon and vote, because it's pretty close right now for next week's Patreon stream between the noon games and the primetime games. The noon games is Texas and where'd it go? Texas and Michigan, Arkansas and Oklahoma State, Georgia Tech and Syracuse, and then the primetime, the big games in primetime were let me see if you ever. Tennessee and NC State, Colorado and Nebraska, Houston at Oklahoma, App State at Clemson. It's pretty close over on the Patreon page right now between the noon games and the primetime games. So make sure y'all go over there and vote. And whichever time slot gets the most votes, that's the time slot I'll be streaming on Saturday over on the Patreon page. If you're not signed up on the Patreon page, first of all, I don't know what you're doing. You need to fix that problem immediately, or maybe even sooner if there's a way you can figure out how to do that. But there's a link to the Patreon page if y'all want to check it out. 2nd and 5. Thank you.
All right, I'll be back.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Stop mistreating the ACC dummies. I'm not mistreating the ACC dummies. It's not my fault they're dummies. Good evening, Lou. Hope all is well. Go Bucks. Thank you, Nick. FS Woo can't stop the Boston College running game. Thank you, number 1 fan to you. The fall of Florida State needs to be studied, says Peyton. Well, I'm going to study it, and I'm going to let you know all about it all season long. Don't worry about it. Also, I've got some news that pisses me off and makes me mad as it relates to Georgia and Clemson. But first, 3rd and 2 for Boston College, trying to get into the red zone here. They're going to get a first down and into the red zone, inside the 25, out of bounds at the 23. So Maffa's a dirty motherfucker. That was a dirty fucking hit on Michael Williams, and now Michael Williams is going to be out for several weeks. He's likely not to be back until the Alabama game at the earliest, which is terrible fucking news. He's one of Georgia's best defensive players. He's a first-round draft pick, a potential top 10 pick at defensive end / outside linebacker, 3rd-year junior. Been starting since he was a true freshman. And Maffa for Clemson is a dirty, filthy, disgusting individual for that hit, for that dirty cheap shot hit he put on him. And I don't like that. No, we're not loaded at that position. Why the fuck do you think Chaz Chambliss is out there all the time? So, no, I don't want to hear that dumb shit. No, we're not fucking loaded at that. If we were loaded, why was Chaz Chambliss playing half the fucking game? So don't tell me that. And don't get me pissed off either. I'm mad enough about it. Don't say dumb shit that makes me even madder. Like, we're loaded, woo. We're not loaded. Chaz Chambliss is out there half the fucking game! So, no! Fuck, man! Are you watching the same thing I'm watching? Ah, damn. 2nd and 9. Boston College on the Florida State 22. Handoff up the middle. Gains about 3. Yeah, we're so loaded that Chaz Chambliss is out there all the fucking time. My God, get a hold of yourself. Not every player Georgia has is a fucking Hall of Famer. Third and 6. Seth says, Chapel Thrill, they abused themselves. Yeah, the ACC abuses themselves. They're masochists. Sharkzilla says, you should stream Friday. You can react to a spelling bee and a church service at the same time. Yeah, no. Another first down for Boston College on 3rd and 6. They keep converting these 3rd downs and there ain't shit Florida State can do about it. Probably because they're mush fucking doo-doo. Chaz is a superstar that hasn't bloomed yet. Brother, he's been on Georgia since Mark Richt was there. What do you mean? He hasn't bloomed yet. God damn, he's done wilted and fell off the vine, dummy. Golly. 1st and 10, Boston College on the Florida State 12. I think it's pretty much official at this point that Florida State is absolute fucking toilet water. They gain about 3 yards on first down. Number 10 team. Yeah, Florida State was number 10 AP ranking in the preseason. Yes. FSU has 4 yards. Another handoff up the middle. Gets down to the 5-yard line. Stood up there. It's going to be another 3rd down for Boston College on the 5-yard line. 3rd and about 2 on the Florida State 5. FSU can make anyone look good. Yeah. Shit. Into the first quarter. All right, so it's not right on the internet, because on the internet it says 1:30 to go in the first quarter. So the internet time is not right, and they're not showing the time on TV because the stadium in the clock is not functioning. But that's the end of the first quarter. Fix the clock. I can't fix the clock, dumbass. I'm not there to fix it, idiot. FSU defensive line is Charmin Swiss cheese. No shot. That was a full quarter. Probably was 3 possessions. That's about a quarter these days in football. And Boston College is doing everything on the ground, so it's chewing up a lot of clock. Florida State just sued the first quarter. FSU's going to sue themselves. That might be the only lawsuit they win. Out of all these lawsuits they filed, that might be the only damn one they win. Is the one that they sue themselves. Holy shit. That might be the only one they win. Ah, dang. Appears Boston College is not just a hockey school, says Upstate Birdie. Fucking hockey school. FSU needs Uncle Lou's TV repair. Yeah, I take my TV repair service over to their stadium clock and get their in-stadium clock to working right. Bring my bag of hammers over there. Thank you, Jonathan, and Bean Supreme. Bean says FSU versus Florida State at the end of the year will actually be the toilet bowl. Yeah. Thank you, Jonathan, Bean Supreme, and Upstate Bernie. Peyton says 17-10 Boston College. Stupid one. Hey, I'm ready to repair. Just know that I'm ready to repair a TV at any fucking, at the drop of a fucking hat. I stay ready. Just remember that. I stay ready to repair a TV at any fucking time. Thanks, Lou. I liked your video. Now I'm being sued. Damn, man. I'll represent you pro bono, man, since it was kind of my fault. Since liking my video got you sued, I'll represent you pro bono in that. Or if you like you too, I'll represent you pro bono, whichever you choose. That would be up to you. That would be up to you there on that. Repairman Uncle Lou. Yeah. Florida State suing Kirk Herbstreit's dog. Dang. Is that the dog that was on TV in last night's game? Arkansas better than Florida State. Wow. That is alarming news there. Has the Florida State fan found that out yet? They're not going to like that. Lou keeps the blicky on go mode. I don't know what the blicky is, but I got my hammer back there, and if I need to fix the TV, I will. Chaz Chambliss. What about him? Arkansas has a quarterback. Every team has a quarterback. Blicky is a Glock. Oh, no. I don't fix TVs with my gun. I fix my TVs with a hammer. Blicky is a gun. What's up, Gamecock Orbit? How you doing, buddy? Happy Labor Day. Yeah, happy Labor Day to everybody. Happy Labor Day to everybody. Hey, Lou, do you use BetUS? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There's a touchdown by Boston College on 3rd and 2. Wow. Hit around the 2-yard line, but extended the ball out over the goal line. Quarterback Castellanos with a 4-yard touchdown run, and Boston College is going to take a lead over probably the biggest case of poverty I've seen in my lifetime. Uncle Lou's TV repair. Yeah, t-shirts available in the Uncle Lou t-shirt shop for the Uncle Lou TV's repair. It's one of the best-selling shirts of all time in the Uncle Lou TV shop. Probably the poverty shirt. I think the poverty shirt is probably the #1 selling shirt in the t-shirt store of all time. I haven't ever actually gone in and added them up, but just off the top of my head, it seems like the poverty shirt is probably #1, but the TV repair is a close second. Those Michigan cheated shirts sold a lot last year, too. They got the clock fixed, did they? Is the clock on the TV now? I'll let you know if they decide to show it. They have the time on the screen. They don't have it on my screen. Right now, they're still showing replays of that touchdown on my screen. There is no clock on the screen. Okay, now they do have it. 14:56. So, yeah, I guess they did get the clock fixed in the stadium now. 14:56 to go in the second quarter. Boston College 7, Florida State 0. Kenneth North says, Florida State is doo-doo. Even the Sun Belt does not want them. Oh, boy. That's bad news. All right, Boston College kicks it away. This one's going to be fielded at about the 2-yard line, out to the 5, 10, 15, 20, tackled around the 21 or 22-yard line, 1st and 10, Florida State. FSU's going to sue the clock. Yeah, they need to sue. Yeah, they may. C-Mac Attack Gaming says, how's your day going, Lou? Hope it's well. Seth Wessinger, the Gamecock man. Great day. I hope yours was too. Happy Labor Day to everybody. We went out to eat sort of an early dinner today so I could get back to stream this game. Didn't do much other than that. I did put out a video this morning, but didn't do a whole lot today, really. Need my wrench at your earliest convenience. The earliest convenience to get a wrench will be Saturday. I hand out wrenches on the Patreon stream. Everybody on the Patreon streams gets a wrench. Hand them out on the Patreon stream. So that would be the earliest convenience on that. The Florida College for Women. Yeah, that's Florida State. They were a women's school forever. Now they're a clown school, a circus school. They literally have a circus college, a Barnum and Bailey Circus College at Florida State. Not making it up, not trolling. You can Google it. You can look it up. Hell, I'll look it up, show you. Fuck, I don't care. FSU Circus School. Here you go. There you go. FSU Flying High Circus. Florida State University. Look at this. This is amazing. Yeah, I've got a fucking big top and everything. And they have performances. They shoot midgets out of cannons. They got a guy that rides a motorcycle inside of a circular cage. They got it all. You can take juggling 101. They have an entire class. They have an entire semester at Florida State just to teach you how to do that thing where you pull a handkerchief out of your pocket and it's never ending. You know, the never ending handkerchief. They have a whole semester at Florida State where they teach you how to do that. 3rd and 7. Little people? No, midgets. Midgets. 3rd and 7. Empty backfield. Back to throw. UncleLouHere completed the line of scrimmage, hit and dropped right away. Might have gained a yard. This is 3rd and 7, and you literally threw a 1-yard out route. I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand the play call. I don't understand the route. I don't know why you'd run a 1-yard out route on 3rd and 7. If it's because you don't trust your quarterback, then he doesn't need to be in the game. Boy, Florida State is in big trouble. Big, big trouble. Florida State doesn't have a good football program. They put together one good team is what happened. They don't have a good program. That's obvious. They were able to put together one good team. Now that team is gone and they're back to being fucking dog shit. This is why Mike Norvell has Mike Norvell has a losing record half his years at Florida State. This guy ain't some kind of guru. He's had a losing record half his years at Florida State. They don't have a good football program. They had a good team last year, and now that team is gone. FSU should sue Oogabadoogi's right arm. FSU should just put the cheerleaders in at this point. Damn. FSU sued the students for not crying enough. So it's not that they weren't crying. They were. But you're saying they weren't crying enough. God damn, y'all are brutal. Brutal. Lou, could you give me 2 candidates for Florida? Lane Kiffin should be number 1 on the list. DJ looks lost. Don't worry. Flipping Burgers will find him soon. Well, He's been in college for 5 years. Hopefully he won't be flipping burgers. I'm sure he's got a degree. He'll be doing something. But he won't be playing in the NFL, that's for sure. At this rate, at the rate he's going, he won't be playing college at the end of this season. They're going to bench him. Florida State is a fucking joke. Trolling Florida State fans on Twitter real quick. Sorry about that. Andrew, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, as a Florida State fan, if we lose to Boston College, we're suing Boston Market, the rock band Boston, and Boston Baked Beans. Yeah, I'll do that whole thing again. If Florida State, you know, when they lost to Georgia Tech in Ireland, I read off a list of like everything Irish that Florida State was suing. So yeah, if they lose this one, I'll do the same thing, but I'll do the Boston deal. Those are some good ones there. Boston Baked Beans is a good one. Yeah, I'll do the same thing on the video tomorrow if they lose to Boston College. Everyone hit the like if you're laughing and pointing at FSU. Yeah, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already, guys. It is a big help to the stream, and it takes no time or effort on your part. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10 there. By Boston College. 2nd and 10 coming up now. 13 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the second quarter. Boston College up 7-0. Ooga Badoogie coming out before or after possession 4. I mean, I don't know how long they're going to stick with it. Well, here's the problem. You were lied to by everybody when it comes to Mike Norvell. We were told Mike Norvell was some kind of a quarterback guru, genius, or whatever. He's been at Florida State. This is his 5th fucking year. This is his 5th fucking year. This is his 5th year at Florida State. He had Jordan Travis for 3 years. Where's the quarterback that Mike Norvell has recruited, signed, coached up, developed, and is now ready to play now that Jordan Travis is gone? Where is that guy? That guy doesn't fucking exist. So they had to go get DJ Oogabadoog. I don't know. This is unacceptable. For a guy that's supposed to be a quarterback guru, you got Jordan Travis for 3 years, and during that 3 years, you don't have a single quarterback that you've recruited, signed, coached, and developed as a backup that's now ready to play. You got to go get fucking Oogabadoog. That's a fireable offense, I think. I just got a notice of allegations for laughing at FSU, says Brian Gentry. Notice about the NCAA notice of allegations. Damn, man. You know, I hate to hear that. I really do hate to hear that. 3rd and 6. Castellanos throws. Wow, there's the wheel route, and that time he caught it. Now, you know what's bad? All right, remember the first possession of the game? Boston College ran the wheel route. Guy was wide open, dropped the ball. They just ran the same fucking play. The exact same fucking play. Guy's wide open again. This time he catches it. 50-yard gain down to the 20 or whatever the fuck. Holy shit, out of bounds at the 22. Boy, Florida State. You know, we're ragging on Oogabadoog, and I get it. He's terrible. But can we talk about this fucking trash? Florida State's defense is a literal can of corn that's been busted open. This defense is absolutely fucking horrific. This defense is the worst I've seen. Oogabadoog coming out before the 4. Everyone hit the like. Yes, Oogabadoog makes Jalen Mildew look like prime Tom Brady. Yeah, he does. This is bad. Always enjoy the streams, Lou. Best channel on YouTube, says GF Sports. Hey, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for hitting the super chats. I sure appreciate it. I really do. Thank you for supporting the channel. These super chats are, I really appreciate all this, guys. 850 Matthew, GF Sports, Andrew West, Jacob Gunter, Boomer Sooner. Down inside the first and goal, Boston College inside the 10. Boston College is going to blow them out. Boomer Sooner, thank you. Jared G, thank you. Brian Gentry. Whoa Todd 99, he says, is FSU good? No. Damn, man. What is happening? Florida State, man. Holy shit, they're bad. God damn, they're bad. Absolute fucking poverty, man. Absolute fucking poverty. Florida State is terrible, man. Why are we hiding people? Now I gotta go fix what you did. Don't hide anybody, man. Don't hide anybody. FSUD looks worse than Florida. Miami may hang a hundo on FSU. Yeah, this is not good for Florida State. Second and goal. Georgia broke FSU. You were told Boston College. I didn't have the balls to take Boston College on the money line. Miami going to run the ACC. Norvell looks shell-shocked. Prime to FSU next season? I hope so, because that's the only thing I could think of that would make them worse. So I sure hope that happens, but I don't think it will. Jonathan McDavitt says, am I hidden? No, you're not. Peyton, thank you for the super chat. Changed my score prediction to 35-0 Boston College. I also think FSU is more soft than Ohio. Wow, that is bad. That's pretty bad there if that ends up being true, isn't it? FSU clock issues? I'm not sure what you're asking. They had clock issues in the first quarter. Wide open again. Basically the same play. That number 0 on a wheel route. Touchdown. What in the world is going on with Florida State? I'll tell you what's going on. They spent the last 8 months crying, complaining, bitching, moaning, whining, blowing their nose, and doing whatever else about shit that happened 8 or 9 months ago instead of concentrating on the 2024 college football season. Crying about the playoffs, crying about the Orange Bowl, crying because people were laughing at them, crying about the ACC, crying because the SEC don't want them, crying because the Big Ten don't want them, crying because the Big 12 used to want them, but probably now doesn't, crying because it looks like they're headed to the group of 5 now. It's just, all it is constant fucking crying from Florida State 24-7. The football season rolls around and people are going, I wonder why they don't look like they're ready to play football, because they've been fucking crying, whining, bitching, moaning, and pissing on their own fucking foot for the last 8 months instead of getting ready for the goddamn football season. Now they're out here embarrassing themselves twice in a row. They're not winning. They're gonna lose. There's no chance. You forget it. There's no comeback. This game is over. Florida State's gonna start 0-2, and we're in week fucking 1. Their season is over. They're not making the playoffs. They're not making the ACC championship game. It doesn't matter if they make a bowl, because even their fans will tell you that the bowl games don't fucking matter. So their season is literally over right now, and we're not even done with week 1. We're not even done with week 1 in Florida. I'm not talking about the fake year season is over shit we do on Sundays. I'm talking about their season is really over. They've got nothing to play for. Nothing. 0. I would say pride, but they don't fucking have any pride. I would say playing for draft position, but these fucks ain't getting drafted. Florida and Florida State looking for a new coach. I don't know, man. They just gave this fucking clown a giant fucking extension, so I doubt it. Boomer Lou, love the videos. Hey, thank you, James. Thank you, TCB. Rudy, what's up, buddy? He says FSU ain't bad. Georgia Tech and Boston College are just really good. Willie Nix, thank you for the super chat. He says, I don't want to live in a world where Bill O'Brien beats Florida State in his first game. Well, you might have to move to a different world then. Don't know what to tell you. You should go ahead and make a your season over finale for FSU to get it out of the way. I'll do it tomorrow. LSU will be on there. It'll be LSU, and I'm going to do a your season is over video tomorrow for LSU and Florida State. More coffee, Lou. Florida State's about to sue Dion. You want me to drink more coffee? In the last hour, I've drank this large Starbucks and then one of these in an hour. You want me to drink another one? I'm afraid to even ask the lady to make me another one. R.I.P. Florida State sued themselves to death. Yeah. Thank you, Ace. Dogs Fan SR says, if Florida State doesn't score in the first half, Lou should come back in the room as White Tonto. Like, if you agree. White Tonto say. White Tonto say. Florida State down bad. Breaking, FSU moved to the NJCAA. Is that junior college? I think that's junior college. $24 to cash $150 on Boston College in the money line. Let's go. That's great. Yeah, great bet. I didn't have the balls to make it, but that was a great, obviously, now, hindsight 50-50, is obviously just a great bet. Maybe Florida State think to get a lottery pick, just asking. Yeah, they don't understand how it works. They think it's like the NBA or whatever. The FSU JUCO Knowles. Let's tweet that out. The FSU JUCO Knowles. Am I legally blind, or is FSU's entire upper deck completely empty? They're doing renovations at the stadium. So a lot of the seating is closed off. Ooga Badoog gets confused on the play call, runs up the middle for about 4 yards. He's terrible. He might be the worst quarterback in the ACC. I'm trying to think if anybody might have a quarterback in the ACC worse than DJ Ugabadoog. Maybe. I think Cade Klubnik's better than Ugabadoog. Am I wrong? I think Cade Klubnik is slightly better than DJ Ugabadoog. So I don't know who would be worse, but those are probably the worst two. 2nd and 7, back to throw, steps up, gonna run, picks up 3 or 4, maybe 5 yards because he's slow as fuck. It's gonna be 3rd and 1. When he moves, it's like he's running in slow motion, don't it? Hey, Lou, what do you think of Eli Drinkwitz to Florida? He's had one good year. Every other year at Missouri, he's been 6-6. So let's see what he does this year, maybe. Pass on 3rd down goes incomplete. 4th and 2. Florida State will have to punt it away with 8:51 to go in the second quarter. And Mike Norvell is going to need some Tums, some Tylenol, probably a 6-foot rope, and an 8-foot drop. Dang. I know that's brutal, but damn. I will find something else to do. And we'll just find something else to do at this point. This is fucking pitiful. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. Fucking sad. You hate to see it. They just turn the lights off and go to sleep. That's what Florida State's doing. Fuck. Give Florida State some credit. They had pretty good punt coverage that time. There ain't shit else to do in here. I'm about to put my fucking ass to sleep watching this goddamn team. Norvell asked for some fentanyl for post game. Oh man, damn. Filing suits University, most overrated team ever. Thank you, Noah. Jake Keogh, good to see you in here, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. He says Florida fans salivating to play Florida State. Well, Miami's going to beat both of them. I mean, that's for sure. Sort Beaver, thank you for the super chat. Florida State spent all their money on lawyers when they shouldn't have been paying for a QB and a defense. Yeah. This is really, really bad for Florida State. Boston College and Georgia Tech are two of the easier games on Florida State's schedule. That's what the scary part. If you're Florida State, these are supposed to be two of your easier wins, and you're not going to win either one. Colorado could beat this Florida State team. Yes, I think so. I think they probably could. Thank you, Rudy. I think they probably could. The renovations are for a big top. Yeah, they're putting a giant circus tent over the top of Doak Campbell Stadium. 2nd and 7 for Boston College. Castellanos back to throw. Going deep. Has a man. Overshot him. He was open. And the ball was a little bit out front. You got to put more air up underneath that one, cuz. Got to put a little bit more air up underneath it, but he was open. That play took a long time to develop, but you got to put a little more air underneath that one. Could have been a big play. DJ 2 of 6 for 5 yards. I'm surprised it's that good. Honestly. Primetime Vol, thank you for the super chat. They're going for the kill. Yeah. 3rd and 7 here with 7:52 to go in the second quarter. 14-0 Boston College up over the FSU JUCO Noles. Timeout Boston College. Shows the rankings are so foolish in weeks 1 through 2. FSU not even a top 35 team and ranked 10. FSU and Florida fixing to play each other at the end of the year with interim coaches at this rate. Yeah. Oh, I definitely think Napier will be gone for sure. I don't think they're going to fire Norvell. I'm pretty sure they just gave Norvell a huge raise and extension, so they're not firing Norvell. I don't think. Norvell headed to the rope and rickety chair store. Yeah. Yeah, let me get 6 feet worth of rope and the most rickety chair you have. Dang. That's brutal, man. That's brutal. What's worse, Florida State defensive line or Colorado's offensive line? Wow, what a battle that would be. Thank you, Mac Ryan. Yeah, boy. I think I said this yesterday, but about something else. But it's like two different piles of shit and then trying to figure out which one stinks less. I don't know. Nemesis says, I think Travis Hunter could solo Florida State. Just beat them all by himself. Thank you, Nemesis. Trey Barlow says, so who wins the I'm slightly less trash bowl between Florida State and Florida at the end of the year? Boy, I don't know. I really don't know. Norvell headed to the rope and rickety chair store cracks me up. Florida State versus Colorado, the game of the century, yeah. We're going to dog on Florida State for 3 hours straight in this stream, aren't we? That's all we're going to do. I mean, okay, if that's what y'all want to do, you know I'm down for it, but that's where this is headed, isn't it? Number one fan of the U says Cam Ward's going to throw for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns on Florida State. Texas Dog, thank you for the super chat. He says, Lou, if he had eligibility, would DJ Ugabadug transfer to Colorado? I feel like trash goes to trash. I don't think Dion would take him. Honestly, I don't think Dion would take him. Thank you, Spencer. Johnny Bolton, thank you, buddy. He says, what did you think about Beck's running ability? Same as, I mean, we know what he is when it comes to running the ball. He's not taking off for any 60-yard touchdown runs or making any highlight reels. About the best you can hope for Beck in terms of his legs are, mobility in the pocket to extend a couple of plays per game, maybe avoid a sack. and then maybe once or twice per game pick up a first down on like 3rd and 5, or like against Clemson, I think it was 3rd and 7 and he gained 8 yards. Like he can do that a couple of times a game, and because he can throw the ball so well, I'm okay with that. I would prefer a quarterback that could run a little bit more, but he's such an elite high-level passer, I'll take the trade-off of, well, he's not going to run for 60 yards. He's not a statue, you know what I mean? He can move around. He's not DJ Ugabadoog. He can move around in the pocket, escape pressure. He can pick up first downs on 3rd and 5, stuff like that. So I'm willing to take what I get with Carson Beck in terms of his running ability. Don't kill me, I'm just a vibe. Thank you for the super chat. He says, don't feel bad, Florida State. Come sit with big brother Clemson and watch Uncle Lou with us so he can tell us what we already know, that our seasons are over. Clemson's season might not be over. Now, obviously, Miami right now looks a lot better than Clemson, but okay, so let's assume for a second Miami's the best team in the ACC. We don't know that for sure, I get it, but that's what it has looked like through a small sample size of week 1, okay? That's what it's looked like. Again, not saying that's guaranteed to happen. But let's just assume for the sake of conversation right now that we all agree Miami looks like the best team. Who are they going to play in the ACC title game? In other words, who do you think the second best team in the ACC is? I don't think it's Florida State. In fact, I know it's not. It might be Clemson. Clemson might be the second best team in the ACC. I mean, Clemson got beat bad, but they got beat bad by the best team so far. Like Florida State's lost to Georgia Tech or whatever else. Yeah, Clemson lost, but that was to Georgia. So Clemson might still be the second best team in the ACC. Louisville looked really good, but they played a nobody. Virginia Tech, you can forget about them because they lost to Vandy. I've already written NC State off because they could barely beat the Asheville Community College of the Stoned and Stupid the other day. So I'm done with them. Who else is there? I mean, again, assuming Miami's the best, right? Isn't Clemson number 2 still? Probably. Georgia Tech, maybe it's Georgia Tech. It may be Georgia Tech. Maybe. Vandergrift looked good in his debut. Yeah, he started off with an interception. You know, that first drive, he gets them all the way down to the red zone and throws an interception. You hate to see that. But I thought he recovered well. He didn't let it bother him. He ended up having a pretty good game. Vandergrift did. Step up in competition this week. I mean, they play South Carolina. Now, I know South Carolina didn't look good, but they're a Power 5 opponent as opposed to whatever sack of wet clothes that Kentucky played the other day. 2nd and 10 now for Florida State. They keep it on the ground, get close to the 30. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 coming up for the JUCO Knowles. The FSU Charleston Southern game at the end of the season is going to be a barn burner, says California Highlights. Inverted Thrill says FSU last year is no different than Michigan State from 2021. You know, that's actually a great comparison. They brought in a elite player from the transfer portal, Michigan State did, that running back, Kenneth Walker. And they went from a nothing to a New Year's Six game and immediately back to a nothing. And it appears that that's where Florida State is headed. That's actually one of the better comparisons I've heard. Yeah. Got lucky with transfers and now back to that's a fair comparison. Iowa would beat Florida State by 30. Damn. Finally, a big play from Florida State. Inside the red zone, all the way down inside the 10-yard line. Florida State just won't give up, will they? They just won't give up. This is a big play here. This guy is speedy, too. Nearly got to the corner and scored there. 1st and goal from the 5. Let's see if they can fuck this up. Ugabadoog, shotgun, back to throw. Uh-oh. Running for his life, sacked. Back at the 14. So they're going to do everything they can, Florida State is, to fuck this up. That's for sure. They went from 1st and goal at the 5 to now 2nd and goal at the 14 because look at Ugabadoog. Look at him. Look at Ugabadoog. Dang. Hate to see that. Hate to see that from my buddy Ugabadoog. Iowa would beat Florida State by 30. Boxman says, as a Vol fan, you're my favorite dog fan. Lou better than Pate. Hey, thank you, Boxman. Thank you, Boxman. Some Tennessee fans are mad at me in the last day or two because I won't crown Nico the greatest quarterback of all time and declare Tennessee a national champion. Listen, you played a fucking garbage can team. Did you do good and beat them by 70? Yeah, you did. But I had Tennessee at 10-2 and making the playoffs. nothing in that game changes my mind. I don't think you're going 6-6 now because of that game, and I don't think you're going 12-0, and I think you're still going 10-2, which is really good and would put you in the playoffs. So you got on the road at Oklahoma, on the road in Athens, home against Georgia. I think you lose 2 of those 3 games, and you go 10-2 and make the playoffs. That's a great season for Tennessee. But this whole thing about, well, Nico threw for 300 yards in the first half against Chattanooga Elementary. I honestly just don't care. I'm like, oh, great. I had you at 10-2, right? So, like, I was expecting Nico to be good. But whatever he did against Chattanooga Elementary has nothing to do with what I think about Tennessee moving forward. I've got him at 10-2 and making the playoffs. So, yeah. Samuel Rankin says, as good as Beck has been, how did Stets have a job? Well, you know what hurt Beck in the beginning? Beck came in 2020, the COVID year, so that was kind of weird to start with. So, but I'm not complaining. I'm done. I've moved on from the Stetson thing, so I'm happy with the way Georgia has handled the quarterback situation post Justin Fields. They completely screwed up the Justin Fields situation. Nacho Lebro says, Nacho Lebro. Oh, man. I sure do appreciate a creative YouTube name, Nacho Lebro. This game is depressing. Do I get a Go Dogs to make me happy? Yeah, Go Dogs, buddy. Go Dogs, Nacho Lebro. That's a good one. Vandergriff looked good in his debut. Yeah, I think we talked about that. FSU, Charleston Southern, Michigan State, Iowa, Fall fan. Don't feel bad for FSU. Come sit with the big brother Clemson. We did that. Who's worse, Florida or Florida State? Who's worse, Florida or Florida State, says Primetime Vol. Probably Florida, honestly. Probably Florida. Rudy says Florida State suing Doug Flutie. Dang. Boston College beating Florida State shouldn't tell us anything about how good Boston College is going to be, especially since it's against a circus arts school, says Spencer. Thank y'all for the super chats. Florida State ended up kicking a field goal, so they do cut into the lead. But Boston College still up 14-3 and looks like the dominant team so far in this one. RR says FSU stadium rebuild includes coating the bleachers with penicillin. That's not a surprise. Tron, thank you for the super chat. Breaking. FSU suing the United States for their relation to eagles. Yeah, they want the bald eagle immediately removed as a national icon or whatever it is. Brian Gentry says DeVry University just withdrew its invitation to FSU. You know how they have online classes? Hell, some colleges now the whole thing is online. Florida State should just be an online football team. That way they don't actually have to show up and play the games on Saturdays. It should just be like a digital team on paper. So that way their fans can still embarrass themselves on Twitter every offseason, but they don't actually have to show up and make us watch this shit. It should just be a completely online entity, Florida State football. I think that would be an improvement over what they've saddled us with here. Ben Easterly, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you hitting. Wow, very generous, Ben. Thank you, sir. Hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. He says, good morning and that also, and two, in addition to that as well. Yes, and two, and also. And two, and also. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Hope y'all had a great weekend as well, buddy. Hope y'all had a great weekend as well. It's because the ball is wet and holding. Oh, is that why Florida State's losing? Is that what the excuses will be? Florida State to sue Boston, tea, and parties. All three of them. The trifecta there. Florida State, man. Jeez. Somebody on Twitter just told me Bishop Sycamore would give Florida State a hell of a game. Boston College on 3rd and 3. Castellanos not going to get a first down, so Florida State forces a punt here. A little bit of momentum swinging Florida State's way. This team isn't meshing at all. Looks disjointed, says some Florida State fan. Somebody on Twitter said they're going to sue the Patriots because that's where Bill O'Brien used to coach. This is bad. Not my welfare. Thank you for the super chat. Well, whose is it? It ain't yours. Nicholas Tylenol says Florida State is losing to a hockey skew. Mike Norvell, a.k.a. White Prime. Oh, man. No. Come on, man. White Prime? Is that... worse than the 2020 LSU fall off? I don't know. LSU won a national title and then couldn't win a game. 1st and 10 now for Florida State. They did force Boston College to punt. Ugabadug throws. Terrible pass to an open wide receiver. Would have been a first down. Instead, incomplete 2nd and 10. Wolf Barnes Pack, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Good to see you in here. He says Florida State is suing companies and people that have the letter B in their name. Oh boy, he's suing Mark Wahlberg just from being from Boston. He's suing Mark Wahlberg and the entire Funky Bunch. Suing not only Mark Wahlberg, the entire Funky Bunch. Fuck. Who will have the better season, Cam Rising or Will Howard? Is that a serious question? Actually, stat-wise, maybe Will Howard, but I think Cam Rising is a better quarterback. Really enjoy your show, Lou. Thank you, Football Fossil. Imagine the score if these two coaching staffs had the other roster all preseason. Imagine the scores each going to have the... You mean if the coaching staffs were switched? It's FSU's welfare since they're about to lose to the halftime show. Boy, y'all are piling it on thick. 2nd and 15 for the JUCO Knowles on their own 19. Back to throw. Ugabadug steps up in the pocket. Throws. Complete. Big play up to midfield and out of bounds. Keeps the drive alive. Ugabadug actually looked like a Division I quarterback here. Stepped up in the pocket, kept his eyes downfield, and delivered a strike to an open wide receiver. Thrown out of bounds at midfield. Big play, Florida State. Damn, FSU, this is painful to watch, says Jonathan Gardner. Yeah, they look bad. Florida State hurries to the line. They're at midfield. Shotgun, snap. Ugabadug in the pocket all day to throw. Gets rid of it. Complete. When he's got time to throw, he's not bad. When he's got time to throw, he actually completes a few passes. Rudy says, I don't think FSU will make a bowl game. This is pathetic. Yeah, they got problems. They got big problems. Lou, have you seen the pic of Mike Norvell in college? If not, it's worth a Google. You'll get a good laugh. That pass is dropped, incomplete. Would have been down inside the 15-yard line. There is a flag down, though. Dylan, thank you for the super chat. What would betting BC on the money line win you? What was Boston College on the money line today? Is Is it like plus 500 or plus 5 or 600? It was plus 5 or 600. FSU might go after Bill Burr for being from Massachusetts and having 2 B's in his name. Good point. Good point, Darth. Mark Sawyer says FSU is suing BC headache powder. Y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. This just in, the state of Florida announces that Paul Revere can no longer be taught to children. Well, the state of Florida has banned everything else from being taught. They might as well ban that too. If Florida's not careful, it's going to turn into Mississippi. And that of course wouldn't be good. Not everyone's season on the Your Season Over video is actually over, but in FSU's case, yeah, if they lose this game, their season is over for real. Never mind the fake Your Season is Over thing that we do. Their season is over for real if they can't win this game. 100%. FSU sued Bobby Bowden, plus it's got 2 B's in it, RR. You're right. They sued Bobby Bowden for retiring, which of course he didn't even really retire. He was forced out. Florida State forced him out for Jimbo, but Bobby Bowden's name's got 2 B's in it. So, no, it doesn't. It's got 4 B's. Holy shit, they're suing him 4 times. Jody Campbell says University of Sewanee and Florida State. Who you got? Sewanee says we want White Tonto. FSU is suing the time period. BC. They're suing cavemen for living in BC, for being alive in the BC years. Georgia beat them so bad last year that they're forever ruined. Florida State may have a real case in court against the state of Georgia. Yeah. Georgia beat them so bad it almost made you feel sorry for them. FSU suing G.G. Sankey. I don't know who that is. Lou, please explain to dumb ACC fans what I meant by the best 2 ACC programs are 0-2. Yeah, the best 2 programs in the ACC over the last 10 to 15 years are 0-2 right now. Clemson's 0-1 and Florida State's 0-1. Those are the best 2 programs in the ACC over the last 10 to 15 years. And it's not even close. So yeah, you're right. A lot of people don't understand the difference, or when you say best program, that like some people don't understand the difference between program and team. I was talking about this earlier, but like Florida State's a terrible program right now. They were a good team last year. It doesn't make them a good program. I'm having a hard time watching this game in my rural Central Florida basement. Oh yeah, Billy Napier going after his own fans. Billy Napier's done at Florida. It's just a matter of how long they're going to wait to fire him, right? My guess would be sometime mid to late October, early November at the latest. But now he's going after his own fans now, so it's over for Billy Napier at the Swamp. It's just a matter of time. The bye week's going to beat Florida State by 40. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. Plus the word bye has a B in it. So there's that. Florida State on the Boston College 37. 1st and 15. They're going to hand it off. Reverse flea flicker. Ooga Badoog throws over the middle. Over the head of an intended wide receiver. Florida State getting tricky here. They ran a reverse flea flicker. Didn't work. Second and 15 coming up. Breaking news. Florida State lobbying the U.S. government to remove Massachusetts from the Union and give the state to Vietnam. Why Vietnam, man? I'm just curious. Why Vietnam, out of all the available countries, why does Vietnam get Massachusetts? 2nd and 15. Ooga Badook throws it 5 yards behind a wide receiver. Hey, come here, Massachusetts. Come here. We appreciate everything you did with the whole starting the American Revolution and that. But let's be real. That was about 250 years ago. What have you done since then, Massachusetts? Not a whole lot. We're going to go ahead and need you to pack your shit up and get over to Vietnam. Third and 15, Florida State gains 14. They might well go for it down here on the 22. It's going to be about 6 inches short of a first down. They might well go for this. Surely Ooga Badoo can quarterback sneak for half a yard with his big galoot-looking ass. Surely they can man up on Boston College, and DJ Ooga Badoog's galoot-looking ass can quarterback sneak for 6 fucking inches. Surely they can pull that off. Florida versus Florida State in the worst team in the state of Florida Bowl. Yeah, they're both down bad. Brian Gentry says Vietnam because China said hell no. Yeah, China's way too smart to take on the responsibility of Massachusetts. Yeah, good point. FSU suing Clemson and Oregon State for DJ Badoog's poor quarterback play. Yeah, blame the other guy. All redheaded stepchildren will feel loved after the beating Florida State will take this year, says Malcolm Hillsman. FSU, okay, we read that one. Or I'm sorry, that was Samuel Rankin. I'm sorry. Hunt Dog says Georgia beat FSU so bad they've gone full retard. Andy Kicklighter, thank you for the super chat. There's a timeout on the game. I'll get to this 4th and 1 call in a minute when they get ready to run the play. Georgia beat FSU so bad they've gone full retard. Thank you, Hunt Dog. Andy Kicklighter, thank you for the super chat. Things I'd rather be than an FSU fan. 1, janitor at a sperm bank. 2, a 20-year-old girl's engine oil filter. 3, Dean Leggy. 4, Hiroshima in 1945. 5, Pat McAfee's vocal cords. 6, CBS reporter covering Dion. You know, I give y'all a lot of shit sometime for the dumb comments y'all leave in here, but y'all have left some real winners today. Y'all are on a roll today. FSU suing British Columbia now, says Inverted Thrills. FSU suing the Bible because the stories took place in BC. Oh, God. Thank you, Joseph. Florida State is suing their own footballs, says Wolfbane's Pack. Florida State needed 6 inches. They got about 1.5 yards. So first down, Florida State, right around the 20-yard line. 1:18 to go until halftime. They're down 14-3. A touchdown for Florida State would be huge here. That would make it a 4-point game heading into the half. Can Florida State pull off the comeback upset? They're going to try, aren't they? Thank you, 0-100 Juco Knowles. Somebody made an account called 0-100 Juco Knowles. 0-100. Bean Supreme says, Lou, I'm going to play NCAA 25, doing a dynasty with South Carolina. And oh boy, the South Carolina secondary that bad, they can't cover anything. Yeah, South Carolina's going to be down bad this year, it looks like, unfortunately for Jackpot. Unfortunately for Jackpot. Brian Gentry says, breaking news from FSU loses lawsuit to FSU. They lost a lawsuit to themselves. That is bad. That is bad. Flaps 15 says, FSU suing the mighty, mighty Boss Tones for phonetic association. First and 10. Ooga Badoog throws for a completion of about 3 yards in that. FSU suing Disney for not taking GM off all channels. Not sure what that one went over my head, Chad. FSU suing Disney for not taking GM off all channels. DJ looks more like he transferred from Helen Keller School of the Blind. First and goal for the JUCO Noles. They're down 14-3, 43 seconds to go until halftime. DJ looks like he transferred from the Helen Keller School of the Blind. FSU suing Bing Crosby just for having the initials BC. You can't sue Bing Crosby, man. Those Christmas songs are classics. That's where I draw the line. There is no suing Bing Crosby. First and goal for the JUCO Noles on the BC 6. Oogabadoog in the pocket, throws, nearly intercepted. I think his arm was hit as he threw the ball, and that ball, it fluttered into the end zone. They're lucky that one wasn't intercepted. Second and goal coming up now. Time to drop FSU not just out of the rankings, but the whole sport? Florida State suing the Bald Eagle Association. Thank you, Shrek Tech and V1 Rotate. Thank you, number one football fan of the U. He says, Florida State fans have peeked their heads out on the internet today just to go back into hiding. They're like a groundhog that saw his shadow. Second and goal. Back to throw. Oogabadoog in the pocket. Into the end zone. Wide open. Holy shit. There wasn't anybody within 10 yards, and Oogabadoog sailed it 10 yards over his fucking head. I mean, the guy couldn't be any more wide open. And Oogabadoog blew it. What the fuck, man? This guy looks like a true freshman making his first start. Keep in mind, he's been playing for 4 fucking years. Look at this throw. Come on, man. Wow. Third and goal from the 6. Shotgun. Snap, back to throw. Looks over the middle. Throws into the middle. Too high, incomplete. It's going to be 4th and goal. We'll see what they do. Breaking news. FSU. Okay, all right. Caught up there. Banjo, thank you for the super chat. He says, regretting not taking BC on the money line and to cover. Yeah, me too. I didn't have the balls to do it. So, just in, FSU suing the college football playoff for emotional distress from the 2023, leading to them sucking turds now. Chad Latozo says, game, character limit. Oh, I got you from the earlier super chat. Okay, now it makes sense. Sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, I should have caught on to that. They're going to try the field goal here to kick us up in good. 14-6. Disappointing way to end that drive there. That was the best looking drive of the game, I think, for Florida State. A little bit disappointing, but at least they got points, and it's technically a 1-score game, down by 8. They're a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away from tying it up, but here comes this white boy on the fucking show pony again. I don't know why they can't get a real Indian on that horse. Look at this guy. What the fuck are you doing, man? Carry your ass back into the stable until they score a fucking touchdown. What are you doing? They drugged this guy out of a frat house and painted him up like White Tonto. They got him wearing an engine costume he bought off of Amazon and a flaming fucking toothpick. I don't know why they can't get a real Indian. That don't make no sense to me. Why not just get a real Indian to put on the horse? Why do you have to use a white fraternity guy? It doesn't make any sense to me. How many more overthrows until Oogabadoog gets benched? At least 100, Peyton, because I don't think it's happening, my dude. Bryce, thank you for the super chat. If they lose, the ukulele will sit out the rest of the year to keep eligibility, transferring to BC for another lawsuit. 25 seconds to go until halftime, so I don't know. Boston College probably not going to do anything here. They're probably happy to go to the halftime up 14-6. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break whenever halftime does roll around. For those of you that might be new to the stream, I'm not going to shut the stream down. I'll put a picture up letting people know that I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I just generally take about a 5-minute break during halftime. I'm going to go pee or get another cup of coffee or refill my water or whatever it is. I generally take about a 5-minute break. And I just put this picture up in case people click on the stream while I'm not here. They'll see that I'll be back in 5 minutes. So just to let you know for those of you that are new. Also, hit the thumbs up if you hadn't already. That is a big help to the stream. We're having a good time in here tonight. And who knows, maybe Florida State will come back in the second half and we'll actually have an exciting game to watch in the second half. We'll see. Boston College keeps it on the ground, and that's probably going to be the last play of the first half. So I'll be back before the third quarter starts. So don't run off. Hit the thumbs up if you hadn't already. I'll be back before the third quarter starts. I'm going to read the rest of these super chats, and then I'm going to take about a 5-minute break. DJU is the best player on Boston College's defense. Yeah, might be. Thank you, Nemesis. Asante says, this just in, FSU suing the Patriots and the Celtics. Yeah, if you've had anything to do with Boston, you're pretty much screwed. Florida State will see you in a courtroom here pretty soon. RR says, FSU sues Trip Sweeney for saying their first game was just a minor setback. I probably don't know what that means because I don't know who Trip Sweeney is. And that's probably a me problem. Georgia Rebel says, Florida State suing Bill Clinton and the entire Clinton family? They're from Arkansas. What did the Clintons do? What did the Clintons do to Florida State? I think DJ should transfer to the University of the Blind. He's horrific, says Will Block. Peyton says, how many more overthrows? About 100. Bryce says, if they lose, the ukulele will sit out to keep eligibility. All right, we got it down. Uga Puduki, says Nicholas Tylenol. 30 for 30, the downfall of White Tonto, says Rudy. Thank you, Rudy. 30 for ESPN proudly presents 30 for 30, the downfall of White Tonto. Florida State is suing anal sex because it reminds them of their last 3 games. Who said that? Joe Martin. In college football, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. The dedicated detectives that investigate these crimes are part of an elite group known as the Special Victims Unit. Regretting not taking Boston College. I read that one. A long time no see. Hey, what's up, Kai? Yeah, good to see you in here, buddy. Has been a while. Kai, the tech guy here. Hope you're doing well. What a coincidence, Kai, that you're coming back around. I'm sure there's some other reason that you've been gone and now are coming back. It's got nothing to do with the fact that Georgia Tech is 2-0 and off to one of their best starts in the last 4 or 5 years. I'm sure that's purely a coincidence. But either way, good to see you in here. Winner of Lame says FSU trying to trademark the term Trail of Tears for copyright. Great show. Enjoy all the fun. K-State fan, says Stanley Steamer. What did you think about Avery Johnson? That is his name, right? That quarterback for K-State. I liked him in the bowl game last year, and I didn't get a chance to watch the Kansas State game. I don't really know how he did. Sean Michael says, who the hell is going to win between FSU and Florida? I'd probably still take FSU in that one. And more than that, what the hell will watch that? More than that, who the hell will watch it? V1 says, time to drop FSU not just out of the rankings, but out of the whole sport. FSU suing the Andy Griffith Show and Daylight Savings Association. What did Daylight Savings do? Oh, Bill Clinton, BC. Duh. Okay. Now I'm with you because of the BC. Duh. See? That's on me. I got you. That's on me. That do-rag is cutting circulation off for DJ. Thank you, Ant. Ant's an FSU man. Let's give Ant some credit for being in here and showing up. It's rough online these days for Florida State fans, so a lot of them are hiding. So we got to make sure we give credit to the ones that are man enough to actually show up. So shout out to you, Ant. Not My Welfare says FSU's NIL collective is suing Mike Norvell for the money wasted on the offense, including Josh Pate for false hope. Now they're throwing Josh Pate in there now. Here's to another season of watching LouTube. Yeah, what's up, King Family Reacts? Good to see y'all in here. DJ used the best player on Boston College's defense. All right, we're caught up there. FSU suing Groundhog's Day because they keep seeing the same thing over and over again. So Nate the Great came up with a funny joke. Now, that's, Florida State's getting beat from all sides when even Nate the Great's hitting them over the head. Good to see you, Nate. Thunder Ducky, thank you for the super chat. Peyton says, been watching since 2016 when I was a kid. Now that I'm grown and working, I can afford to give back from the good content that you give out. Peyton, that means a lot to me, buddy. I don't ever expect anybody to donate money to the channel, but obviously it means a lot for those of you that do. You know, I do this full time, and I don't have some kind of huge channel or whatever. You know, about 70,000 subscribers. So I definitely appreciate all the support you guys give me. But I never expect it. So don't ever feel bad if you don't or can't with the super chats. Don't ever feel bad. I'm happy to have people in here watching and hanging out. And if you like what you're seeing and you don't want to do the super chat, hit the thumbs up for me. You know, there's plenty of other ways to help that don't involve money. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, share out a couple of the videos somewhere. I obviously really appreciate the super chats. That's what, you know, that's what keeps my head above water with these live streams. But nobody is ever obligated or expected to donate. But thank you. Well, that being said, thank you that you chose to do it. I really appreciate it. Our quarterback, Lenore Sellers, is better than DJ. Yeah, but have you seen what he looks like, though? That's y'all's homework assignment. I'm fixing to take a 5-minute break because it's halftime. I want to read these super chats, but y'all won't stop sending them, which is a good problem to have. But that's your homework assignment while I am on break for halftime. I want y'all to look up a picture of South Carolina quarterback Lenore Sellers. Pate struggling to find something good to say about Florida State. Yeah, it's going to be tough for him, isn't it? Lou White Tonto Man is suing playing offense. Kai says, love my Jackets, Lou, but now a KSU guy? Oh, you go to Kennesaw State? I'm assuming you go there is why you say Kennesaw State. Well, good, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm sure you are, as far as the whole college deal or whatever. But yeah, it's good to see you in here, man. Thunder Ducky, thank you for the super chat. There's Nate the Great. There's Peyton. C-Mac attack. Lenore Sellers. FSU suing the Andy Griffith show. Bill Clinton. Okay, we caught up there. Virginia Tech is going 11-1. Go Hokies. Bro, don't even come at me with that dumb shit. Don't even do it. Y'all fucking lost to Vandy. Got me out here looking like an idiot, man. I had Virginia Tech ranked in my top 25. I had Virginia Tech going 10-2 in the fucking regular season. Possibly making an ACC title game. Y'all go out fucking lose to Vandy, man. What are you doing? That's unacceptable, man. Bad enough you lost to Vandy, but you made me look bad. Now that makes me mad. I look like, you have any idea what I look like? Surprise Sellers doesn't play for Georgia Tech. He looks like he would play for Georgia Tech, doesn't he? Yeah. Good to see you in here, James. I'm just messing with you, buddy. Hopefully y'all get it together. Chad says, Pate struggling. We read that one. Lou White Tonto suing playing offense. All right, I'm all caught up on the super chat. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break. Pee, refill my water bottle, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Don't run off. We're going to have a good time in the second half. Oogabadoogie. All right, I'm back. Calm down. Relax. All right, I'm back. Calm down. How in the hell? All right, Florida State gets the ball. They are all the way up on their own 42. First and 10, handoff. Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Probably lost a yard or two. It's going to be second and long now. First possession of the second half. Florida State sues DJ's parents for not aborting. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Thank you, Brian, for the super chat, buddy. Second and 12 now for Florida State. They're on their own 40. They're down 14-6. Technically a one-score game. Even though it feels like Florida State has been dominated in the first half. Shotgun, back to throw. Good protection. I don't know what kind of throw that was. I don't know what kind of throw that was. Star Trek, thank you for the super chat. FSU suing Goober Media. They are a bunch of goobers. Streck Teak. FSU suing Lenore Sellers for being able to see. Maybe that's what DJ needs, is some of them Urkel glasses that Lenore Sellers has. Third and 12 for the JUCO Noles on their own 40. Oogabadoog, shotgun, 4 wide, back to throw. Blitz, throws complete, but tackled well short of the first down. It's going to be fourth and about 6. Florida State will have to punt it away. Nathan C. says, surprised that Sellers doesn't play for Georgia Tech. Nerd alert. Thank you, Nathan. Good to see you in here tonight, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Hope y'all are ready for the second half. I decided not to do any more coffee. I do have to go to sleep at some point tonight. Got a refill on the water, though. Fourth and 5. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Wow. Don't understand that at all. Intercepted. Wow. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Tackled at the 7. I don't understand what in the fuck Florida State is thinking there. I don't know what they are thinking. It's not like their defense is playing really good, so you're like, well, if we turn the ball over at midfield, we can force a 3 and out. Their defense has played like shit today. Why in the world would you go for it in a one-score? This is a one-score game. You're going for it on 4th and 5 on your own side of the field in a one-score game. And DJ makes a terrible decision, never should have threw it anyway, off his back foot, threw it up in the air, up for grabs, 4 Boston College DBs standing around. One of them picks it off, returns it all the way back down to the Florida State 7-yard line. Just terrible all the way around. Terrible decision to go for it. Terrible decision to make that throw. Terrible throw. And now it's first and goal, Boston College on the Florida State 7. Pistol formation, snap. Castellanos hands it off. Running back fights forward inside the 5, down to the 4. It's going to be second and goal for Boston College from the 4. Mark Salyers, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here, man. He says, Florida State suing the estate of Don Ho and Tiny Tim, further making a ukulele famous. Can they sue Don Quixote? This is a great comedy show, funniest game of the year, says Darth. Thank you, buddy. This is a hell of a fucking game, man. Florida State is down bad. Castellanos rolls out, throws, complete, touchdown, Boston College, making it look easy again. That's on Mike Norvell. That touchdown's on Mike Norvell. It's not even really on DJ. The thing with DJ on that interception is 4th and 5. You have to throw it. Taking a sack is no good. You might as well throw it up and hope hope one of your guys comes down with it. It's on Mike Norvell. It was a poor decision. It's a one-score game. You're down 14-6. That's an 8-point deficit. Technically a one-score game. You don't go for it. 4th and 5 on your own side of the field. First possession of the third quarter. Just terrible coaching decision by Mike Norvell there. Terrible. Absolutely terrible coaching decision to go for it. Here comes the extra point. It's good, and now it's 21-6. Now Florida State's in real danger of getting blown out because they could go into give-up mode here. Florida State could toss the towel and just go into complete give-up mode here. All right, let's see who's here for the second half. Dirk, David, Nick, Gino Hero, Walker, Breaking Parallels, Ray Bean, Jason, Jesse, Lucas, Iconic Seth, The Crazy Engine is here. LW, Davis, Big Dead Man, No Limit Soldier. Thought I told you. SEC Football Tube, Gamecock Orbit, Chad, Jackson Brazel, Yee, Nick Koenig, G Money, Mark Daggett, The Duck Knight, an Oregon man. Boy, y'all looked like shit this weekend, didn't you? Idaho? How you play that bad against a literal potato? Not good. Not good. I'm not going to lie. Other than Florida State, I think Oregon was the most disappointing team so far. That was bad by Oregon. Real bad. They better get it together. They play Boise State this week. Oregon does. Y'all better figure something out. Play like you did against Idaho. Boise State will beat you. Big Wheeze, what's up, buddy? He says, I love the streams. Lou, thank you, sir. P71, love the live streams. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I have a great time watching these games with y'all, man. I really do. I'm glad y'all hang out and watch them with me. I have a really good time with these game streams. I'm going to do as many as I can this season. Make sure you're signed up on the Patreon page because I do this every Saturday on Patreon 100% no matter what. Most Saturdays, I probably will end up streaming a second time slot on here on YouTube. But the Patreon people vote every week. So generally, the biggest game of the week is going to be streamed on Patreon because they vote on which time slot they want me to stream. So make sure y'all are getting signed up for the Patreon for the season. The link is in the description of the video. I'll post it in the chat real quick, but it's in the description of the video. But y'all make sure you're all signed up on the Patreon because I stream there every Saturday, one of the time slots. And which reminds me, if you're on the Patreon, make sure you go over there and vote. I put up the poll this morning, so make sure you go over Patreon, cast your vote for which time slot you want me to stream Saturday because there's two big time slots on Saturday. Noon, you got Texas and Michigan is the big one, and then in prime time you've got like NC State, Tennessee, Nebraska, Colorado. There's several big games at noon and several in prime time. And the vote is really close over there between noon and prime time. So make sure you cast your vote on what you want me to stream on Saturday over on Patreon. FSU tried undefeated, now trying winless to get in. Yeah, well, yeah. 13-0 didn't work. Maybe we can do 0-12. Banjo, thank you for the super chat. If DJU, one of those amazing QBs Norvell found. No, he's garbage, man. It's not any good. Marcus Hillick. Wow, thank you, Marcus. That's very generous, buddy. I appreciate that. He says, I love the streams, Lou. Keep it up, man. Hey, thank you, Marcus. Thank you. That's very generous of you, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the show and the channel, man. Tyler Caressley, thank you for the super chat. He says, Lou, FSU is suing George Washington. Dang. And the wooden teeth, too? DMT says Florida State's going 0-2 and drop out of the top 25 before the first rankings ever even come out. It'll be the biggest AP fall of all time. Yeah. I dropped them out of my rankings. I updated my rankings last Monday when they lost. So I had Florida State, I think, at 16 or 18 in my preseason rankings. I updated my rankings on Monday after they lost to Georgia Tech, and I took them out. I'll be updating my top 25 again tomorrow. I usually update my top 25 on Monday, but because we had a game today, I'm waiting until tomorrow to do it. Ooga Badoogi's going to hand it off this time, bounces it outside, tries to get to the sideline to turn the corner, thrown out of bounds after a gain of about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up now for the JUCO Noles. Sooners fan says, if FSU can't even beat Boston College, who can they beat? I was talking about that in the first half. When you look at Florida State's schedule, these first 2 games are 2 of the easier games on the schedule. And they've lost both of them now, it looks like. So I don't know. I mean, there's potentially 6 or 7 losses on the schedule for Florida State now. Peyton, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, do you think UJ can go 12-0 plus a natty despite playing both Bama and Texas? No, I don't think anybody in the SEC is going undefeated. I think everybody's going to have at least 1 loss. Marcus, thank you. He says, your season is over 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, Florida State. I might as well just permanently leave their helmet over there. I might as well just leave it over there fucking permanent. Where is Danny Cannell? Is he hanging out somewhere? I'm sure he's on Twitter crying about the SEC like he normally is. Jet sweep on 2nd and 10 for Florida State's going to pick up about 6 or 7 yards. 3rd and about 4 coming up for the JUCO Noles. FSU suing the Boston Celtics because of their initials, their mascot originating in Ireland and being located in Boston. Yeah, you're right. Boston Celtics hit the trifecta of lawsuits there. Let me see if I missed any here. Breaking news. Florida State suing the dictionary for creating the abbreviation of the word because and making it BC. Wow, almost intercepted again. Now that was a good throw by DJ. The wide receiver just dropped it, tipped up in the air and nearly intercepted. 4th and 4. Is Florida State going to go for it again? We're about to find out. Thank you, Moth Nation, for that super chat. Chad says FSU tried undefeated. Now they're trying winless to get in. I think we read that one already. Ant says, even the crowd is chanting, "We want Brock." I think you're talking about Brock Glenn. Is that the backup? Brock Glenn, the backup quarterback at Florida State. This time, Mike Norvell decides to punt it away, so Florida State sends out the kicking team. There's the snap, and the punt is away. FSU suing Bill Burr, Boston Baked Beans, Billy Bean, Sam Adams Beer, Dunkin' Donuts, and the entire cast of The Departed. Darren, thank you, buddy. The Departed. That's a great movie, ain't it? The Departed. If this game gets any more out of hand, we're going to have to start talking about movies and shit. This is a comedy show. All right, there, suing the state of Don, suing the portal. Dabo is suing the portal and DJ to FSU 4D chess. Thank you, Nemesis. Lou from a Bama fan, thanks for the laughs through the years. Cheers, brother. Hey, thank you, Jacob. Yeah, good luck to y'all this year, except, of course, when Georgia plays you. I gotta root against you that week. All right, let me scroll back down. I'm caught up with the ones I missed from earlier. Cowpoke Ranch, good to see you in here, buddy. He says, what's your rough guess prediction on Saturday between Arkansas and Oklahoma State, if you have one? I haven't made any predictions yet for next week's games, but that is going to be a good one. My initial thoughts in the preseason were that Oklahoma State would win that one no problem, but Oklahoma State appears to have problems defensively yet again. They did not play well defensively last week. Arkansas won 70-0. Now, I don't take anything from that other than maybe their offense might be a little bit better than last year. You know, they've got, what's his name as offensive coordinator now? What's the guy's name? He was the coach there. He was in a motorcycle wreck. He was out of football for a while. Bobby Petrino is the OC there now. So I'll probably still end up picking Oklahoma State in that game, but maybe a little closer than I thought it would be in the offseason. Ant says even Iowa's offense is better than Florida State. Yeah, Iowa put up 40 points this past weekend. Defense still looks good too. They won 40-0. Now it was against a nobody. So we'll see if Iowa's offense is able to do anything once they start playing Power 5 competition. Mayhem Matthew says, going to have to explain to Ballard that FSU's not making the 12-team playoff. Well, first you got to explain the 12-team playoff to him. Marcus, thank you for the super chat. He says, the fall off from Jordan Travis to DJU is the biggest since Trevor Lawrence to DJU. It's actually a fair point there. Mel Brew, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Colton. Colton says, I didn't think it was possible for FSU to outdo Florida, but yeah, it appears they might be finding a way to do it. You're right. You're right. Charles Hippie? I'm probably saying that wrong. Thank you for the super chat, Charles. He says, rumor is game day might be coming to Lexington for Georgia, Kentucky. What? There must not be very many good games that day. I don't give us a chance against the Dogs. Yeah, Kentucky, I think they've got one win against Georgia in the last 20 or 25 years. Georgia will be close to a 3-touchdown favorite probably in that game. That's a tough spot for Kentucky there. I mean, Brock Vandagriff, first-year starter. He'll have a couple of starts under his belt. We'll see how he does this week against South Carolina. He played okay last week, Vandagriff did, but step up in competition this year. I know it's South Carolina, but it's at least a Power 5 opponent. But, yeah, that's a tough spot for Kentucky to have to play Georgia here in a couple of weeks. I'm kind of surprised game day might be going. I haven't looked at the schedule of games for that week, but I just would have thought there would have been several games bigger than that one. I'll have to look at the schedule. Bryce, thank you for the super chat. It's lining up for a Dion transfer special next year if he doesn't follow his 2.5 sons to the NFL. First and 10. Big play for Boston College. They were backed up inside their 5-yard line, and they bust a big run out past the 25, close to the 30. It looks like the running back might have pulled a hamstring, or maybe it's just a cramp. Let's hope it's just a cramp. He's grabbing the back of his his hamstring, but let's hope it's just a cramp. We don't want to see any injuries. Let's hope it's just a cramp. Thank you for the super chat, Bryce. Number one fan of the U says DJU's longest completion was the interception. Yeah, it was. You're right. You're right. Marcus says, I keep your stream up while watching the games. Comedy and perfect information only streams I'll support. Hey, thanks, Marcus. I appreciate that, buddy. Matthew Zimmerman, thank you for the super chat. This is the best karma we have maybe ever in college football. Yeah, Florida State fans made themselves the most hated fan base in the country with the way they acted over the last 8 months. If they would have just said, we're mad, we went 13-0, and we got left out of the playoffs, that's not right, we're pissed off. Everybody was on their side with that argument. But then they started with all the weird conspiracy theories and excuses and fucking trying to burn down Kirk Herbstreit's house and all that. They just made themselves the most hated fan base on the planet with the nonstop crying, and then the university is suing everybody under the sun. Florida State made themselves the most hated fan base in the country. So a lot of fans across the country have taken a lot of pleasure in watching Florida State drive the struggle bus here in the first 2 games of the season. And with that being said, Boston College just busts another big run for another first down. Under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. 21-6. Boston College up on Florida State and driving again. FSU helmet upside down, maybe? I might put it upside down until they win a game. I might have to do that. The helmets I have upside down right now, I've got the South Carolina helmet upside down until they... And that's from a South Carolina fan told me to do that until they give up less than 3 sacks in a game. I guess they've given up 3 or more sacks in so many games in a row or something. And they gave up 4 sacks this past weekend to Old Dominion. So he said turn the helmet up. So South Carolina's upside down until they give up less than 3 sacks. And Clemson's upside down until they score a touchdown. Those are the 2 that are upside down right now. But we may turn Florida State upside down until they win a game. Bubba Tweet, thank you for the super chat. He says, hey Lou, how's it going? I love these streams. I always love watching football on Saturdays, but when I watch you at the same time, it makes my day. Keep these streams up. Yeah, Bubba, look, this is all of our favorite time of the year, college football season. And we only get, you got an expanded playoffs now, but still we get what, maybe 15, 16, 17 kind of Saturdays a year. 17 days a year, 18 days a year, something like that, where we get to sit around and watch these games. I try to take full advantage of them, not just with the streaming and the YouTube, but I try to watch as much college football as I can. You only get 17, 18, 19 days of college football a year, give or take. I have a great time, and I love hanging out with you guys and watching these streams. Y'all make it a lot more fun for me, too. Positive Vibes, thank you for joining the channel, buddy. Vol Clip says, Lou, what's your updated FSU season record? Go Vols. Well, I don't necessarily do updated season records. I think I had them at 8-4. Right now, they look like they're going to be lucky to get bowl eligible. Castellanos running for his life on 3rd and 4, cuts it upfield, tackled out of bounds, short of the first down, near midfield. 4th and short for Boston College, near midfield. Let's see what they decide to do. It looks like they're going to punt it away. All right, let me scroll back down. My cat could put up 21 on FSU, pure poverty. Thank you, Punisher. Cooter Cat says, FSU first top 10 team to lose 2 games in week 1. Yeah, this is really, really bad for Florida State. Really bad. Brady McCoy, thank you for the super chat. He says, FSU's going to sue me over the money I've made taking the money line with Georgia Tech and Boston College. I wish I had the ball as you did. I took Georgia Tech into points and won money on that one. Like an idiot, I bet on Florida State in this game. Now, it's y'all's fault. It's the comment section's fault. When I started this stream tonight, it was about 10 minutes before the game. What happened here? Not sure. Flag down. When I started this stream tonight, I didn't bet on this game. I just couldn't make up my mind one way or the other, so I didn't make a bet on this game. And I said that when I started the stream, and then the comment section talked me into betting on the game. So like an idiot, I took Florida State. So I'm going to take an L there. Bubba Tweet, thank you again for the super chat. Here's another super chat for all the amazing work you do. Go Dogs. Yeah, thanks, Bubba. I really appreciate it. Look, y'all treat me great. I really appreciate it. I really do. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, everybody in the comments section, everybody watching. I have a great time on these streams, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Make sure you've hit the thumbs up too if you hadn't. That's a big help. And that doesn't cost you any money at all. That's the easiest thing you can do to help support the show. Just hit that thumbs up. FSU's going to sue. I read that one. Top 10 team, the cat. Marcus, thank you for the super chat. Is there a game that you're nervous about this year? Texas should be a challenge, but I might be paranoid. Well, Texas is a really good team, but Texas has to play Oklahoma, and then the following week they have to play Georgia. So they play Oklahoma and then Georgia in back-to-back weeks. The Oklahoma game's their biggest game of the year every year. So I think for Texas, that's a bad spot to have to play Georgia. So I think Georgia's got a chance in that one, even though it's on the road at Austin, because it follows that Oklahoma game. But even if Georgia wins that one, I mean, they got difficult road games at Bama, at Ole Miss. They play Tennessee at home. They've got several losable games. Georgia does. Flip Florida's helmet until we beat a ranked team, bro. You're talking about that could be years. I don't know. I don't want to do that. That could be years, Austin. I don't want to. That's too long of a timetable there. Never thought I'd see the day where Miami is the best team in Florida in modern days, nonetheless ACC. They look like it right now for sure. It might not even be close. It's Miami and then Central Florida, and then we can argue over who's third and fourth between Florida and Florida State or maybe South Florida. But Miami and Central Florida, clearly the two best teams in the state right now. FSU suing Memphis for giving them a bad coach. Oh shit! Guess who they play next? Holy shit, I forgot about that. Y'all know who Florida State plays next, don't you? Memphis! Holy shit! Memphis is going to come in here and steamroll Florida State. Oh my God, Mike Norvell's going to lose to his former Group of 5 team. Fuck! They're going to have to shut the whole program down. I forgot about that. They're going to be 0-3. Memphis will beat this team I see right here. Florida State shows up like this against Memphis, Memphis will beat them. Memphis is probably better than Boston College. Wow. DJ just ordered some Flutie Flakes. Thank you, Cloud. Mel Brew, thank you. Says this chat has to go down as a YouTube classic. Yeah. Well, look, the chat section is the best part about this channel, period. I pretty much just provide a platform and then y'all show up. This is a pretty average YouTube channel. There's bigger YouTube channels. You might even think there's better YouTube channels. There ain't a better comment section when it comes to college football than this one. This is by far the best comment section, and that's got nothing to do with me. All I do is click go live. That's all I got to do, and then y'all show up. This is by far the best comment section of any football channel on YouTube. Peanut says, I thought FSU was 8-4. I guess I gave him too much credit. Yeah, I think I had him at 8-4 or 9-3, something like that, but they're clearly not winning that many games. Jacob, thank you for the super chat. Breaking news, the Seminole Tribe sues Florida State for the embarrassing representation. Memphis Rebel says, since we have a we're back list, can we make a we still suck list? Florida State would be on the top of that one, wouldn't they? 1st and 10 for Florida State. They're still down 21-6, about 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Good looking run play that time, picks up about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up now. Brandon Wyatt, thank you for the super chat. Can we get Ballard on the horn to explain why FSU has decided to burn their program to the ground? Y'all want me to try to call Ballard and get him on? FSU going to sue a pile of steaming dog shit for gimmick infringement. I can't tell the difference anymore between Florida State and a steaming pile. Erica Goldberg, thank you for the super chat. It's hate week this week. Iowa plays Iowa State. Who you got and what's your score prediction? I think Iowa wins, but I'm also biased. That's always a good game, it seems like, regardless of like whether both teams are good, both teams are bad, one team good, one team bad. Seems like that's two things about that game. Seems like it's always good and close, and it's always really low scoring. A lot of times that game looks like a baseball score at the end. 9-3, fucking 7-5, like weird scores like that in that game. So I think it'll be close and a good game again. I'd probably lean Iowa right now in that one. Are you an Iowa fan or an Iowa State fan? I'm probably leaning Iowa right now. Oh no, DJ made a perfect throw on 2nd 11 and the tight end dropped it. Now that one's not on DJ. The quarterback ain't great, but you got to help him out. I mean, you got to make those catches. Look at this. Number 84 comes right across. He's wide open. Look at him. Look, you got to catch that. I mean, you just got to catch that. That's not on DJ. You got to catch that, man. You're on scholarship to do exactly that. Melon Matt says FSU suing the Boston Tea Party. TO21 says, what's crazy is the hype that they had for the FSU defensive line. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be the best in the country and all this shit. Florida State, seriously, this is a massive disappointment. What we're seeing this year from Florida State. It's horrifically bad. Marcus says the fallout from Jordan Travis to DHU is the biggest since Trevor Lawrence. Yes, that seems like it's hard to argue that fact. Steve, thank you for that super chat. FSU suing a steaming pile of shit for gimmick infringement. Yeah. Steve, that's very generous of you, buddy. Thank you for that super chat. Marcus says, take my money, Lou. My parents went to Florida State, so I love this. Hey, guess who else I know went to Florida State? My ex-wife. Look you down bad, ain't you? First you lose Uncle Lou. Now Florida State can't win a game. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Mrs. Lou. She's good people. We get along great. We just didn't get along as married people, but she's good people. She's good people. We get along good. No bad mouthing. Mrs. Lou. No bad mouthing my kid's mother. I'm just kidding. Erica Goldberg says, to answer your question, I'm an Iowa fan. Okay. And this Florida State team is worse than Iowa was with Pete Trash and that horrific quarterback we had recently. Shameful. Yeah, this is worse than when your head coach hired his son who didn't know what the fuck he was doing to run y'all's offense. Yeah, that's a fact. Matthew Zimmerman says FSU might seriously go 2-10. No, now Florida might go 2-10. I don't know about Florida State. Well, shit. I don't know. Y'all might be right. Brian, thank you, Brian. Brian says FSU just sued DJ's parents for scrapbooking. You got to be on the Patreon page to get that joke. But yeah, you might be right, Brian. That's an inside Patreon page joke there. The Big Ten and the SEC is going to sue FSU to stay in the ACC. That's a good point. The SEC and the Big Ten might countersue Florida State or join the lawsuit on behalf of the ACC to attempt to keep Florida State in the ACC. That's an interesting point, Evie. That'd be some serious legal maneuvering there on the part of the SEC and the Big Ten. Number one fan of the U says FAU might be better than FSU in Florida. Go Owls. Let's see, the lady comes in here now. She must have. Which one of y'all told her we was in here talking about my ex-wife? Now she got to come in here and see what's going on now.
I heard
see?
you.
You see how she got to come in here and see what's going on? Just go say something about the ex-wife? Boy, I tell you, like an extra shadow.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding.
You got jokes tonight.
Uh-oh, don't look now, but DJ just completed a 50-yard bomb down inside the 30. Flip the helmet over until they win an ACC game, says Denver Dunbar. Now that makes sense. Flip the Florida State helmet over until they win an ACC game. That makes some sense there. We'll that way we're at least giving them a chance to get their helmet flipped back the right way. I can deal with that. We can deal with that maybe. Question is, can we get the helmet to hang up right? There we go. Florida State just scored. Florida State just won't give up. You know what I'm saying? They're getting beat into oblivion. They're terrible. They suck. Their quarterback ain't no good. The head coach don't know what he's doing. Their stadium is falling down. They're suing everybody, including me, by the way. But they just won't give up.
They're like an itch you can't scratch.
Yeah, they just won't give up. Are these teams bad, irrelevant, or both? LSU, TCU, Colorado. Colorado is bad. I do think Colorado is relevant in that everyone wants to talk about them and everyone watches them. They were like the second most watched team in college football last year. Top 5 for sure. So I think Colorado is relevant in that everyone talks about them and everyone watches them. TCU, they're bad though, Colorado. TCU is both bad and irrelevant. No one talks about TCU. No one watches them. So they're bad and irrelevant. LSU is bad, but I still feel like LSU is probably more on the relevant side than the irrelevant side. So I hope that makes sense, son. That's about the best way I can separate those. Nizzy B says, White Tonto exists only because Florida State sued the actual Indian that volunteered for the job. Good evening, Lou. In your opinion, what coaches are on the hot seat this season? Your streams are always awesome. Well, I mean, the obvious ones. Billy Napier, potentially Shane Beamer, Sam Pittman at Arkansas. Let's see. In the ACC, I don't know that anybody in the ACC is really on the hot seat. Big Ten. I know people want me to say James Franklin. I'm not going to say that. They want me to say Ryan Day. I'm not going to say that. Yeah, I don't know. I may have to think about that some more. Thunder Ducky says FSU suing Bill Cosby for preparing pregame meals.
Thunder Ducky?
Yeah. Thunder Ducky.
Thunder Ducky.
Dar says FSU is going to sue everyone watching this game on YouTube for watching the game and trolling them. Tyler, thank you for the super chat. Does Florida State hire Sunbelt Billy as an offensive coordinator next season? You know, no. I mean, no. 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 Ethan Hewlett, I guess it's hard to recover from a Pep Boys beatdown overseas. Yeah, you get beat to Georgia Tech, that's a pretty good indication things are headed the wrong way, I guess. Biggs Mike, what's up, buddy? He says, go blue, pay Lou, horns down, appreciate everything. Yeah, big game for Michigan this week against Texas. That's probably the game of the week. Here's another super chat for all the amazing work you do. Go Dogs. Thank you, Bubba Tweet. FSU suing. Okay, got caught up. Now I got to go back down to the bottom and start over again. Erica says, PJ Drek might be in trouble. His boat is sinking. Uh-oh. That's not good. 1st and 10. Uh-oh, Castellanos right up the gut on a read option. Big play, about 15-yard gain. 21-13 is the score now. So back to being a one-score game here. 8-point lead for Boston College after Florida State just scored to cut into the lead. FSU helmet upside down until they win a lawsuit? Shit, look, well, never mind. I was about to say something. Thank God I didn't say. Very rarely do I have filter from brain to mouth. It just happened right there. Florida State's not going to win any of their lawsuits. Now, there's somebody else that filed a bunch of lawsuits and lost them all, and I almost made that comparison there, but I didn't. I stopped myself because it would have turned into a complete mess in the comment section. So thank God I didn't. Thank God I was able to stop myself there. Steve Price says, someone called a fire department. There's a smoke show behind Lou. Uh-oh. Smoke show. Yeah, if you go to Twitter, you can see her feet. Does Florida State hire Sunbelt Billy to run the offense next season? Does DJ Lagway transfer to Florida State? Now, that is an interesting question about DJ Lagway. That's a fair question. Uh-oh, ball tipped. Nearly intercepted by Florida State, but dropped. Boy, Boston College caught a break there. Pass was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Nearly intercepted by Florida State, but falls incomplete. The DJ Lagway question is a fair one, especially since it looks like he's going to get to play now, because Graham Mertz is hurt, right? So DJ Lagway's going to get to play some this year. It's not going to matter. Florida's going to be terrible. But if he wants to enter, he's got a chance to play well, I guess is what I'm saying. He could, in theory, play well. I don't think it's going to matter for Florida's record, but he could play well enough to where other teams get a chance to see him play. And if he enters the portal, he might have a lot of teams that want him. Okay, that's interesting. A lot of broken tackle. Look at this poor tackling. Oh my God, this Boston College running back just broke 7 or 8 tackles and picks up about 20 yards right up the gut. And Boston College is down in the red zone. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 missed tackles. Unbelievable. Did UGA beat FSU 3 times, or is Florida State boycotting winning, says Corndog? I do think it's pretty obvious that Georgia broke Florida State. That's pretty obvious. Rhino, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a while. Thank you for the super chat, obviously. That's very generous, but I hope you're doing all right, man. It's been a while since I've heard from you. I hope you're doing okay. Send me an email, Rhino, if you can. I hope you're still watching. I'm sorry, it's taken me a while to get to these super chats. So if you're still watching, send me an email, buddy. Let me know you're okay. Gamecock Sporty says, hey, Lou, sorry to take away your time on the Rob and Kale show. I love spending my nights on your shows. Here's to the Pay Lou movement. Sporty, thank you for being a good sport about that yesterday. I call Jackpot or his show all the time while I'm live. It's just a back and forth thing we do. You know I love Jackpot. He's one of my best friends on here. And I didn't know you were on there, obviously, when I called in. But thank you for being a good sport with that, with the Frisbee stuff and all that. That was hilarious. That was pretty funny. Metal Rules says, DJ, you going to be a great XFL backup. He might go be playing for the Rock, is he? He's going to be playing for the Rock? Well, the Rock does like Samoan people, because isn't the Rock Samoan? And isn't the ukulele Samoan? So I'm sure the Rock will take him in the XFL or whatever peanut league it is that he's running. 3rd and 2. Handoff. It's close. Boy, that's close. He needed to get to the 2-yard line. It looks like he's just across it. I think it's going to be 1st and goal, Boston College at the 2. FSU might sue the Notre Dame for being Catholic. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Thank you, Rudy. RC says, Boo Corrigan must be laughing with a whiskey in his hand. Who has it worse, Florida or FSU? Probably Florida, but man, it's looking worse and worse by the minute for Florida State. That's for sure. Everybody wanted to shit on my Gators saying Florida State was better. I beg to differ, says Truckee with Jeter. Yeah, that game at the end of the year, Florida versus Florida State, that's going to be like the turd that won't flush bowl. And whoever loses is going to get plunged, I think. Touchdown, Boston College, but there is a flag down. It's probably going to be either a false start or an offsides. I'm not sure which. That's usually the case. No, illegal substitution on Florida State. Of course, they'll decline it. Touchdown, Boston College. That's going to make it 27-13. Chance-tastic says, chill out, guys. It's the backups for Florida State. The starters opted out. Yeah, I guess they're going to have to come up with some kind of reason why this game doesn't count now. Florida State not helping Notre Dame's strength of schedule. That's true. That's actually true. Didn't Florida State lose to Jacksonville State like 2 years ago? Same story, different day. Yeah, that's the thing. Florida State had a good year last year. It's not like they've been some great program under Mike Norvell. This is Mike Norvell's 5th year. So he's been there 4 years so far. Half the time he's had a losing record. And it looks like they're going to have a losing record this year. So Mike Norvell is going to be 5 years at Florida State. 3 of the 5 losing record. So I don't want to hear anything about how great of a coach Mike Norvell is anymore. That's bullshit. That's been proven to be a lie. Mike Bridges, thank you for the super chat. Best 2 YouTube channels, Uncle Lou and Jackpot. Jackpot's game streams are hilarious. Yeah, I love Jackpot. He's such a nice guy too. A lot of his he drinks during his live streams. Nothing wrong with that. That's what he does. But he drinks during his live streams, and so sometimes he gets a little belligerent or whatever, and I think some people might take it the wrong way. Jackpot is a giant fucking teddy bear. Jackpot is a great guy. A really, really good guy. I love Jackpot to death. Mel Bruce says, speaking of, please clip that Carolina jackpot call. I reran it at least 20 times. These poor souls deserve a good laugh. That was funny. That was funny. Thank you, Mike and Mel. Ryan Lewis says, FSU going to make 13-0 rings after the season again. All right, 0-13. Darth, thank you for the super chat. College football no longer stagnant to me. SEC homer right away. Boomer sooner. Excitement back in my college football life. Big 12 became too stagnant and boring for my taste. I'm sure Texas fans feel the same. It is going to be one of the most exciting college football seasons we've seen in a long time, I think, because of, I know a lot of us don't like some of the changes, but at least in the beginning, for the next couple of years, those changes are going to create a lot of excitement. A bunch of games during the regular season that we're not used to seeing, expanded playoffs. We're going to have playoff games the week before Christmas, guys. So whereas we're normally watching like 6 and 7 win teams playing bowl games in front of 40 people in the stands, December 20th of this year, we have playoff games. It's going to be an exciting season, even if you don't like some of the changes that have been instituted in college football. It's going to make for a lot of excitement. You're 100% right on that. Rudy says ACC willing to trade Florida State for Vandy. God. I think we'll keep Vandy, actually. Andrew says Norvell should grow a jet black beard like Ryan Day. Hey, is he soft now too? 2nd and 10 for Florida State on their own 25. They're down. What in the fuck? Are they down? What are they down? 15? Dang. Hate to see that. If Clemson loses to FSU, the ACC is worse than the MAC. Wow. Thank you, Goofy. Go Team says FSU will be 0-3 after Memphis next week. Yeah, I was just talking about Memphis coming in there to win. Memphis ain't coming in there to fuck around. Memphis is one of the group of 5 teams that has a chance to make the playoffs this year. What an embarrassment if Mike Norvell somehow loses to his former employer in the group of 5. Andrew Clough, I'm probably saying that wrong. Thank you for the super chat. Florida State performance is going to cost Georgia Tech a top 25 ranking. Get them out of the ACC. Looking forward to meeting Mrs. Lou after Jesus Christ Superstar. Oh, that's your buddy from the Augusta Players or whatever. Yeah, that's cool that y'all hooked that up there. Denver Dunbar, thank you for the super chat. Florida State fans really have to watch this all season. That's rough. Yeah. Where are we at? I'm trying to get caught up here. This Florida State run defense is like a Tallahassee streetwalker, just getting gashed up the middle. Is that a prostitute joke? Father Shuey. Dang, we go from a prostitute joke to Father Shuey. Man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, number one fan of you. Can't you see Father Shuey's in here? He's a man of the cloth, for Christ.
Pastor Dave.
And Pastor Dave and Father Shuey are in here. And number one fan of you is making prostitute jokes. Jesus fucking Christ, man. For Christ's fucking sake, get a hold of yourself. Tyler Cressley says, Luke, can we sue Florida State for playing? Let's sue Florida State for wasting my time, making me watch this shit. Thank God the chat is entertaining, because the game sure as fuck ain't.
Boston College was that good.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear. Even she goes, I didn't think Boston College was any good. Yeah, they're not. That's the point. God damn, what does that say about? Look, last week when they lost to Georgia Tech, they even had people like me sitting around going, maybe Georgia Tech is good, you know. But now I know, you know. No, Florida State's just really this bad. The hot Tua girl is suing DJ for their NIL deal. Thank you, Tootie Green. Boston College quarterback is from Georgia. Now that I didn't know. Thank you, Clint Eastwood. Is that true? Castellanos? That I did not know. Peyton says, don't tell me Florida Soft University is right back in it. See, this is how long it's taken me to get caught up on the super chats. When he typed that, Florida State had just scored. Since then, Boston College done gone down and scored again. Shit. So no, I'm not going to tell you that, Tootie. He says, don't tell me Florida State is back in it. All right, I'm not going to tell you that, Tootie, because by the time I read this, they're down by 15 again. Ram Dog, thank you for the super chat. He says, Florida State psychology report, Lou. DJ has not been the same since 10-3 and the rest of the team since 63-3. Facts. Yeah, Georgia ruined this quarterback 3 years ago and ruined this team 8 months ago. Fair point. Fair point. All right, back to the bottom of the list again. Caleb Count says, Irish need not apply. Sign spotted throughout Tallahassee. Damn, that's an old school throwback racist Irish joke from like New York City in the 1800s. Can the Irish at least come down there and build the railroads like we used to let them do, or no? America had no use for the Irish or the Chinese outside of building railroads. No offense. No offense. But, boy, we had no use for the Irish or the Chinese outside of building railroads in the 1800s, did we? They outlawed slavery, so what did we do? We made all the Irish and Chinese build railroads for $5 a month. Boy, America knows how to treat immigrants, don't they? Chad says, Norvell going to get to Herm Edwards after Memphis. Yeah. This is bad, man. This is really bad for Florida State. I don't watch every post-game press conference that every single coach does. In fact, I didn't even watch the Mike Norvell post-game press conference after Georgia Tech. I will stay up tonight just to watch the Mike Norvell post-game press conference after this game because he's going to be asked some tough questions, I'm pretty sure. Josh Dobbs' eyebrows are better than DJ UncleLouHere. You probably don't get that joke, but Josh Dobbs doesn't have any eyebrows.
Oh.
You remember the movie E.T.?
Yes.
That's what Josh Dobbs looks like.
Stop.
I'm serious.
Stop it.
I'll show you a picture. What'd you do? You broke all my helmets.
Listen, y'all
See, I can't bring her in here. You see what she does?
He's
You see what
trying
she
to
does?
kill me. He's trying to kill me, y'all.
Look at this.
Oh my God.
Y'all look at this dude. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this. The hell? Hey. That man need to phone home. If FSU somehow wins the ACC, they won't make the college football playoff because there will be better and more deserving conference champs from the group of 5. Boy, wouldn't that be bad? That would be horrible. Trace Lothar, thank you for the Josh Dobbs super chat. That was good. ACC suing to get rid of FSU. Yeah, they might count. The ACC might just go, you know what? Fuck it. Just let them go. You might be right. Florida State is dragging the ACC down, honestly. Florida Softy University might have the worst defense known to man. It's looking bad. Make it happen. Thank you for the super chat. Uncle Lou, you must ask Quentin Tarantino, can you borrow his shirt from Pulp Fiction? I don't get that. Do I need to look up his shirt from Pulp Fiction or something? I don't remember that. Here, put it over there. The rest
Well,
of
the
it.
hooks are still up there though, so something.
I mean, it's not the hooks. It's the sticker. Put it over there with the rest of it.
Okay.
The hooks don't break. The sticker comes off the wall. If Clemson loses, the ACC is worse than the Okay, we're caught back up. Let's go back to the bottom. That forehead is the landing strip the hijackers took off from in 2001. Damn, man. Well,
Leave that man alone.
yeah.
I mean, they can't all be pretty.
Austin says, I'm ready for Josh Pate to tell us the future is bright and the ACC is still within our grasp. Oh, yeah. What's today? What's today, Monday? Yeah, Josh Pate. So the next Josh Pate show is tomorrow, Tuesday. Yeah, Josh Pate is going to coddle the Florida State fans tomorrow. He'll make y'all feel great. He'll tell you Boston College and Georgia Tech are top 5 teams and Florida State still has all their goals in front of them. Donation for the comments tonight. Bravo, says Boomer Sooner. Yeah, the comment section. Look, I'm not kidding. This is an average channel. The comment section is unbelievable here. Unbelievable. 1st and 10 for Florida State. 14 minutes to go in the game. They're down 15. Uga Badoog running for his life throws the ball into the dirt. Is this as embarrassing as Florida losing to Miami or worse? Well, Miami's a way better team than Boston College, so clearly this is way worse. FSU is really going to give Bill O'Brien his first win. Yeah, brand new coaching staff for Boston College. Brand new coaching staff. DJ Ukulele is taking a beating, that's for sure. Maybe it's conspiracy. They're trying to make Florida State fans hate anything Irish, says Darth. Horns fan for life, thank you for the super chat. What's your plans for Texas versus Georgia, streaming or going to the game? I don't go to games. I work every Saturday right here in this room. So I don't go to games anymore. I had to quit going to games when I started doing this full time. 2nd and 23. Pass incomplete. Out of reach from the receiver. 3rd and 23. Florida State is in bad, bad trouble. Who's the bigger joke? Sunbelt Billy, Dion, or Dabo? Dion. Dion. This is a great comment section. Go to. Yes, it is, Matt Dog. Yes, it is. That Irish need not apply comment had me rolling, Caleb. Number one fan of the U says Florida State 0-2 in the ACC. What goals they got left? Winning a game doesn't matter. You know how Josh Pate is. Let's be real, number one fan of the U. I know y'all are good right now, but don't act like you haven't been on the receiving end of some Josh Pate pep talks about how great Miami is when they're sitting on 5 losses in November. The worse you are, the more Josh Pate cuddles you. And Miami's been on the receiving end of several Josh Pate TED Talks. Doesn't Josh Dobbs owe you a new TV? No, that's a common misconception. I have never broken a TV during a Tennessee game. I was live streaming and the signal went out and I thought the TV broke. But what happened is the cord actually came out of the back somehow. Or didn't come all the way out. It was loose. So if you remember from that video, the signal was going in and out. And I think in the video, I said, fuck, I broke my TV. But the TV wasn't actually broken. The cord was loose in the back. Incomplete on 4th and 16, turnover on downs. I did break some TVs that year, but not during the Tennessee game. I broke a TV after the Vanderbilt game that year. I broke a TV after the Georgia Tech game that year, but I didn't actually break a TV during the Tennessee game. That was the game where there was back-to-back Hail Marys. Georgia scored on a Hail Mary to take the lead with 30 seconds left in the game. Tennessee gets the ball back, scores on their own Hail Mary to win. The first Hail Mary where Georgia scores to take the lead, I walked over to my TV, I picked the TV up, and I kissed the TV. I was so happy. I thought that's it, we're gonna win. I picked the TV up, kissed it, set the TV back down, and when I set it back down, the signal started going in and out. I thought I had broke the TV. And I think I even said in the video, holy shit, I broke the TV, or something like that. But what happened was the cord came out of the back, or got loose in the back. The 2 TVs I broke that year were after the Georgia Tech game and the Vanderbilt game. John says, since you do this full time, when's the last time you went to a Georgia game? She had never been to a Georgia game, so I actually did take her to a Georgia game 2 years ago, the Georgia Tech game. So that was the last one I went to, because she had never been to one. Josh Dobbs has alopecia. I think he actually does have alopecia.
Man.
So I don't think you're trolling.
Y'all making fun of that.
Yeah, it is a medical condition. Yeah, it is a medical condition.
And
Yeah.
that man's
Stevie,
got a medical condition.
yeah, nothing's off limits here. Peyton says Stevie Wonder can replace 84 on Florida State. Dude can't catch a cold. There's a lot of players on Florida State need replacing. Honestly. Thank you, John Mosley, Rocky Topster, and Peyton for the super chats. Charlie says, doesn't Josh Dobbs owe you new Oh, yeah. Number one fan of the U. Goals left winning a game. Dirt Reynolds is back. Good to see you back in here, Dirt Reynolds. Yeah, you were in here yesterday. Good to see you back. Malcolm Hillman, thank you for the super chat. Reporter's going to be like, Mike, so what exactly made you believe you deserved to be in the playoffs last season? Yeah. Boy, this is bad, man. This is real bad. Cousin Dom says, group of Georgia peach farmers would beat Florida State. Yeah. Well, anything from Georgia would beat Florida State. That's been proven in the Orange Bowl and Week 0 in Ireland. Nemesis, thank you for the super chat. Forget FSU. DJ needs a J-O-B. Yeah, he's definitely not NFL material. I don't even think Florida State fans think that. Let's see. Nation for the comments. Embarrassing. Worse. Florida State's going to get Bill O'Brien first win. Maybe it's a conspiracy. All right. I think I'm actually caught up for the first time in a while. Oh, never mind. Josh Pate lives rent-free in Lou's head. The jealousy is coming through the screen, Lou. Yeah, I'm so jealous of Josh Pate, I can't stand it, man. I can't believe you caught on. Shoot. My cover is blown. Man, please don't tell anybody, Ace. Thank you for giving me money. Thank you, Ace. I can only assume last name Ventura. Nona, thank you for the super chat. He says, Uncle Lou, what the hell bullied you into betting on this game? Call him out. Nobody in particular asked the chat. I was like, I know I usually bet on the games I stream, but I can't make up my mind one way or the other, so I didn't bet on this one. And they were like, no, bet on it back. So it wasn't any one person. So, but I did end up betting on the, I mean, it's my fault. The chat can't make me do anything. I don't bet a lot of money on football games, guys. I don't. So, not a lot at all. $25 usually, sometimes 50. I'm not out here betting hundreds of dollars on these football games, especially since I bet so many of them. I just bet for fun and entertainment. I bet very little money on these games. It's really not a big deal. I definitely don't need anybody to feel sorry for me for losing a college football bet. It's not that serious. And I actually had a great weekend. Between Saturday and last night's games, I was like 6-1 on the games that I bet on. The only game I got wrong that I bet on Saturday and Sunday was the Vanderbilt Virginia Tech game. I took Virginia Tech minus 13. Obviously, I lost that, but I hit Iowa minus 21, Nebraska minus 27, Miami minus 2.5, Notre Dame plus 2.5, Southern Cal plus 6. There's one other one I'm forgetting, but anyway, I was 6-1. Oh, Georgia minus 13.5. So I was 6-1 in the games I bet on Saturday and Sunday. So losing this one's not a big deal. I mean, obviously you want to win every game you bet on. That would be ideal. I've been gambling on football since I was 8 years old. So it's a losing proposition. I can tell you that right now. I mean, professional gamblers hit about 55-60% of their bets. It's extremely hard. Don't start betting on college football as a way to make money. It's entertainment. Look at it like going to the movies. It's entertaining. You bet on the game. It makes you a little bit more interested in the game. It makes the game a little bit more exciting. Maybe you walk away winning some money, but it's extremely hard to make money betting on sports. Extremely hard. Tyler Forbes says, Lou, did you know you're tied with Miami and ACC titles? Yeah, I did know that. You know who's not tied with Miami and ACC titles? South Carolina. South Carolina has more ACC titles than Miami does. Now, Miami could potentially tie them this year because Miami does look like the cream of the crop right now in the ACC for this year. Although it's early, we'll see. But yeah, South Carolina has more ACC titles than Miami does right now. Peyton says Ace is Josh Pate's burner account. Well, shout out Josh Pate, man. I appreciate you tuning in, Josh. Rye Guy says, hey Lou, love your content and keep up the good work. Thank you, Raynock. Thank you. Or Rye Guy, sorry. Thank you, Rye Guy. Hey Lou, love your content, keep up the good work. Raynock says, someone check on Danny Cannell, dude's losing it. Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter yet, but I'm sure he's losing his mind over there and somehow blaming ESPN like he normally does. Who would you have winning in the Battle of Ass, Florida State or Florida? If those two teams played tomorrow, I would probably still take Florida State to win. I think Florida's that bad. And the problem is they don't play to the end of the year, and Florida might not have a coach by the time that game is played. So I would probably still lean Florida State, although it's a lot closer right now than I thought it would be. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for sure. Spence Gibbs, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Good to see you in here, Spence. He says, hey, Lou, I live near the Georgia-Florida line, and if I go outside on the porch and listen closely, I can hear the ghost of Osceola cry. So blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again. Thank you, Spence. What's the guy's name sings that? John Anderson. John Anderson, Seminole wind, yeah. Tyler Forbes says, you know you're tired. Oh yeah, Miami ACC titles. FSU's about to be the best 0-2 team, says Rudy. That's probably what they'll try to tell us on Twitter, yeah. Austin says, Virginia fans can never win. We get a nice win versus a good FCS team in Richmond and Lou grabs our helmet. Yeah, I tried my best. I explained that in the comment section of the Your Season Is Over video and on the live stream last night. I was so tired when I was making that video, I had taken my contacts out. I couldn't see what I was doing. And the Virginia and the Virginia Tech helmet were right next to each other on the wall, and I literally just grabbed the wrong helmet without paying attention. And by the time I noticed that I had screwed it up, I was editing the video and getting ready to upload it, and this is all on me. I was just too lazy to go back and re-record it. So I just went ahead and uploaded it, and I just pinned a comment explaining and apologizing to Virginia fans. But I didn't do that to troll. Some people thought I did it just to troll somehow. It was a complete and total accident. That was just a 5-star dummy screw up on my part. That's all on me. Yeah, that's all on me. And I hate that it happened because I don't get an opportunity very often to talk about either Virginia Tech or Virginia. And the one time I get to do it, I screwed it up. So I feel bad that it happened. That's all on me. Tim Russell says, Mike Norvell going to stop taking live calls except from Dabo for emotional. Yeah, that's a good point. Dabo and Mike Norvell can cry on each other's shoulders about how down bad they are. That's a pretty good point there. Ryan Carmichael, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Tim Russell, for that, by the way. Thank you, Ryan Carmichael. We live in a world where it's quite possible Memphis gets into the playoffs before Mike Norvell at Florida State. We talked about how they have to play Memphis next week. DJ Ukulele sacked again all the way back on his own 5-yard line. We talked about how they got to play Memphis next week, and Memphis could definitely beat them, but I didn't think about that angle of it where Memphis could get into the playoffs before Mike Norvell. That would be fucking hilarious. Hilarious. Thank you, Ryan, for the super chats. Anthony Swift, what's up, buddy? You keeping them roads hot? Hope you're being safe out there. Good to see you in here. He says Florida State's going to sue the College Football Playoff Committee and force them to expand from 12 to 112. Yeah, you got to make it 112 teams now so Florida State can get in. Did he get sacked again? Jesus. Boy, Florida State is horrific. They are horrific. Yeah, he got sacked again. Jesus. Dirt Burglar.
Dirt burglar.
Burglar's not in here. Dirt Burglar says FSU's the inverse of Clemson when it comes to the portal. Yes, they are. They relied way too much on it. 3rd and 17. Pass complete up to the 11-yard line, but it's going to be 4th and about 10. And Florida State will be punting from their own end zone, and this game is all but over now. Just shows you that you can't refuse to use the portal or fill all of your holes in the portal and expect to build an elite. No, you have to build your program from the inside out, high school recruiting, and fill in holes in the portal. You're 100% right. CJ says, DJU makes me want to put my sack in a mouse trap.
Jesus.
Boy, that is bad, man.
You're down
Hey,
bad.
yeah, man. Woo, these Florida State fans are feeling it today.
Wow.
Spence Gibbs, thank you, buddy, for that super chat. The John Anderson super chat. Hudson Dean, thank you for the super chat. He says, DJU makes Joe Milton and Jarrett Garantano look like Heisman winners. Yeah, this is really, really bad. I don't think he was this bad last year at Oregon State. I mean, he has been really, really bad. Now, look, Florida State's offensive line is real bad. Florida State's offensive line has played really, really bad now in both games. I mean, if you look at a lot of these throws, DJ's got no time at all to throw the ball. Now, that doesn't excuse some of his poor throws or bad decisions. I'm not totally blaming the offensive line, but the offensive line is a big part of the problem, for sure. For sure. Anthony Swift says, DJ, you could overthrow Castro and the Cuban government. God damn. 1st and 10, Boston College is going to pick up about 7 yards on the ground up close to midfield. JB Fulton says, Lou been watching this 2015 Alabama game post-game rant. I remember that one. Sitting in my car in the rain. He says, insane to see how far the channel has come. Go Dogs, and thanks for doing this for us. Yeah, JB, good to have you in here tonight, man. Yeah, you've been around a long time. It's 9 years ago. I've only been doing this for 10 years, so you've been here since pretty much the beginning. But yeah, I remember that game, 2015. It rained. We were down 28-0. It seemed like before the game even started. Alabama just jumped all over us and beat the shit out of us in Athens. And I remember that post game. I went and sat in my car. It was raining, and I was down bad. UJ71 says, breaking, the Florida State-Florida rivalry game has been locked down the 8 a.m. Nickelodeon time slot on November 30th. Play that game on Nickelodeon. Garrett says, FSU season is actually over. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose all their conference games. Yeah, this is one of the worst fall-offs I've seen in a long time in terms of one-year fall-offs. This is bad. Real bad. DJ makes Jack Fromm look like Usain Bolt. Yeah, Jack Fromm couldn't run either, but he was more mobile than DJ Ugabadoog. 3rd and 3 for Boston College. Florida State's going to make the tackle for a 2-yard loss. 4th and 5, and BC will have to kick it away. Peyton, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Fox the Wolf. Thank you for the Jake Fromm comment. That was good. Or Jack Fromm. Sorry, Jack Fromm. Peyton says, I generally think the Terps will go undefeated in losses. Yeah, they could lose them all. I guess. Feinbaum and Lou and all the fanboys are completely wrong about Billy Napier. He will win 9 or 10 games this year. Mark my words. I've never seen somebody pay $5 to prove to the entire world how stupid they were. But Ace, congratulations, buddy. You just did it. A suicidal Tennessee fan, thank you for the super chat. He says, will Tennessee choke to Florida again? No, Tennessee's not going to lose Florida at home. No. They'll beat them at home. Damn, Ace, you win for the dumbest comment of the day, man. Maybe that might have been what you were trying to do. If you were, you accomplished your goal.
5-star dummy.
If I had a 10-star dummy thing, I'd play that. I don't, so I'll just have to play the 5-star dummy one twice.
5-star dummy.
Yeah, Florida won't win 9 or 10 games in the next 2 seasons combined, but okay, buddy. FSU must be tanking for the number 1 overall pick. Somebody made a similar comment earlier, but Florida State must think they're getting a lottery pick or something like that. Thank you, Ginger. Stetson Bennett's mouthpiece, thank you for the super chat, says, Lou, who are you taking in the Colorado-Nebraska game? I will most likely be taking Nebraska to win the game. As far as the pick against the spread or betting on the game, I haven't even looked at the spread yet, so I don't know about that. But as far as winning the game, I like Nebraska to win the game. So will BC get credit for beating number 10 ranked team, says Big Ten Football Talk. No, they won't. Your favorite UJ Bulldog, Bill Goldberg, his son is playing linebacker for prime time. Yeah, that's not my favorite Georgia Bulldog, though. But he did play for Georgia. You're right about that. Anthony Swift says Florida State's going to sue the committee and force them to... Oh, we read that 112. Playoffs need to go to 112 teams. It's Dirt Burglar, Mousetrap, Georgia Florida line. All right, back to the bottom again. Here we go. Tyler P. What's up, Tyler? He says Florida State a 10-point underdog against a bye this Saturday. Yeah, the bye will probably beat Florida State. K-Star, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. He says, I wonder if Clemson still has bandwagon fans. Yeah, they do. Clemson's a cult. Texas A&M and Clemson are the 2 biggest cults in college football. So no matter what, they're going to always have bandwagon fans. Always. Peyton says 10-star dummies are especially reserved for Ohio, FSU, and Gator fans. Yeah, and that ace person. Add him to the list, too. Thank you, Peyton. Crazy Dog Sports, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, rumor has it the local Circle K has a job open for DJ when his football career inevitably goes down the toilet. He's been in college so long, I'm assuming, I think he's a pretty smart guy, actually, that comes from a pretty smart family. I get the joke, he's not going to play in the NFL, but I'm pretty sure he'll be successful in something. It just won't be football. It just won't be football. Number 1 fan of the youth, thank you for the super chat. He says, breaking news, FSU booted from ACC, signs a new TV contract with Comedy Central. Fitting for a clown college. That actually makes sense there. I kind of like that better than the Nickelodeon one from earlier. Booty Bandit. Good luck. I hope things are going well with that. Thank you for the super chat. SEC Football Tube says the Georgia-Florida game will be too graphic for Nickelodeon. Yeah, you might have to put that on late at night on Comedy Central. I think the other guy might be right there. Ghost Boy says Boston College has 200 yards rushing. Florida State only has 21. Yeah, that's the other thing with a ukulele. When you have no running game at all, it does make it harder to throw. Look, I'm not on here to make excuses for the ukulele. The guy's bad. But he's a bad player on a bad team. It's not all on him. This entire roster appears to be poverty-stricken to me. So, I mean, I don't know. Who's falling off harder, FSU or TCU? I think Florida State's going to end up with a worse record this year than TCU had last year, so I'll go FSU there. Charkzilla, thank you for the super chat. I'll give DJ some benefit of the doubt. Off the top of my head, there's been at least 5 to 6 perfect passes that were dropped. Yeah, he's had some drops. No, that's the thing. DJ's not a good quarterback. But it's not like he's got a bunch of elite people out here playing with him either. Like, this entire team, this coaching staff needs to be questioned because they sold the college football world a bill of goods. They made it seem like Florida State was going to be loaded this year. And they don't appear to be good anywhere. The offensive line is bad, the running backs are bad, the wide receivers are bad, and the quarterback is bad. On defense, the defensive line is bad, the linebackers are bad, and the secondary is bad. And I think the coaching staff, I'm trying to figure out what about Florida State is good. I don't think there's anything good about this team. Nothing. Zach, thank you for the super chat. Did you see that Billy Napier and Albert, the alligator, supposedly got into I saw that, some kind of argument in the tunnel. Yeah, and then today, Billy Napier in the press conference said he's not worried about what Florida fans who live in their mom's basement in the middle of rural Florida have to say. I said, did Billy Napier say that or did I say that? That sounds like something I would say to some Florida fan that tried to troll me. I don't care. Go back to your mama's basement down in the middle of swampland, in the middle of rural Florida. I don't care what you... But it wasn't me. Billy Napier talking shit about Florida fans. I thought that was hilarious. Connor Poindexter must be a Florida State fan. I mean, a Georgia Tech fan. That's got to be, if you're named Poindexter, you got to be a Georgia Tech fan. He says, what do you think about Cam Ward saying the Pac-12 is where real football is played? He's full of shit. Yeah, he's full of absolute shit. He's full of shit. In fact, he did, and I don't think he said that. What he said was the Rose Bowl, when he played in the Rose Bowl, or when he played at Southern Cal, it was louder than playing at Florida, I think is what he said. That's a bad penalty on Florida State there. He just threw a Boston College man on the ground about 30 seconds after the play ended. Just a frustration penalty there. Tyler Forbes says, which fast food chain will Billy Napier work for when he gets his ass kicked out of Gainesville? Y'all are brutal. Memphis Rebel says, FSU to return to Florida State College for women. They might as well. At least then they weren't losing football games because they didn't have a football team. They were an all-women's school. Enrique, what's up, buddy? He says, but woo, FSU should have been in the playoffs and Herb Street and ESPN conspired against us. I'm convinced the third string quarterback from last year is better than DJ. Yeah, me too. This is bad. Hudson says it's an insult to Nickelodeon for Florida State game to be aired there. The game should be aired on the Cartoon Network. Florida State will have 20 plus players transfer. What, transfer out, you think? Possible. That's the thing. You bring a bunch of players in through the portal, they don't have any loyalty. Why wouldn't they leave? Florida versus Florida State will be live streamed on Omegle.
Oh, jeez.
Omegle. It might be on Rumble.
Wow.
And the Florida State game is going to be live streamed on Rumble. 3 people over there watching Rumble. The only thing Sunbelt Billy Napier is capable of winning is Employee of the Month at Walmart. Thank you, Punisher. Paul Smith says, I went to high school with Demetrius Robinson, and your rant on him going to Cal had our entire biology class dying. Oh, no. Did he see that one? Oh, no. Did he see that? I mean, come on, man. He asked for it when he had the fucking picture upside down, though. What was I supposed to do? The guy took the sheet off. The guy waited 3 extra months to make his commitment, and then when he took the sheet off the fucking picture, he had the sign upside down. What was I supposed to? Of course I had a clown. I can't believe y'all saw that, though. I can't believe y'all saw that. Well, I can't believe he saw that. Went to Cal, and then still transferred back to Georgia later. Still came to Georgia. At least I didn't run him off. That's good. That's funny, Paul. I love hearing stories like that. That's funny. Thank you for the super chat, Paul. That's a good one there. Santonio Daniels says, could both Florida largest university sack their coaches before the Razorbacks? Yeah, it could. I I mean, Arkansas has got more wins than Florida and Florida State combined at this point. Tron says, do you think Florida State thinks they can make the NIT? Yeah, the Florida State's going to argue for an additional playoff outside of the real one. Yeah. Castellano's huge run, 30-35, tackled at the 33-yard line, first down Boston College, coming up on 5 minutes to go. This one's almost over. I mean, it is over for all intents and purposes, but it's almost literally over. Florida State's the worst thing to happen to Native Americans since alcoholism.
Damn.
Holy shit, man. Oh my shit, man. God damn, man.
Wow.
You can't talk about the fire water.
Wow.
You can't talk about the fire water like that, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Wow, you guys are pulling out all.
Holy shit, man. Golly. Who said that? Winter of Lame. That's one of the best ones of the day. That one got me. Greg says Nebraska's a 7-point favorite. I'm gonna have to think about it. I think Nebraska will win. I'll have to think about what kind of bet I want to make. Tyler P says FSU a 10 points underdog against. Okay, all right, we're caught up. So back to the bottom again. Memphis Rebel says USFC might be better than FSU football. USFC. What are you talking about? Men's football? United States football? I mean, soccer or something? USFC. FSU still undefeated on U.S. soil on Saturdays. Good point. Big Ten thought that Florida State has not lost a game in the United States on Saturday yet this season. That is a good point. Jared G says, is FSU technically setting records right now? Yeah, the not the kind they want to be setting, but this is really, really bad. I'm serious. I'm tired as shit. I've worked an ungodly amount of hours the last 5 days from Thursday to today. I don't care how late I have to stay up tonight. I am watching Mike Norvell's post-game press conference. I have to see what he says about this performance today. Darth says, as a full-blooded Native American, I am glad FSU is losing. Real Native Americans wouldn't want to support the FSU criminals. You're a full-blooded Native American? So how bad of an alcoholic are you? I'm just kidding, Darth. I only said that because the guy made the alcohol. Look, I'm an alcoholic, so I'm not out here throwing shade. That's literally just a joke. I hope you take it that way. I only said it because the other guy just said the alcoholism thing. But you know I love you, Darth. You know I love you. Look, I fucking love Indians, man. I go to Cherokee and give them a shitload of money like 10 times a year. I go to that casino up in Cherokee, North Carolina like 10 times a year and donk away all kinds of money. So I love Indians, or else I wouldn't give them all that money. Zippy says odd times when the two best Florida teams are Miami and Central Florida. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. They're clearly the two best teams in the state of Florida right now. Thank you, Zippy. Brian, thank you. He says Florida State College for the women turns down FSU's invitation. Yeah, they said thanks, but no thanks. Sports expert, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. He says Danny Cannell is splattering diarrhea down his leg as we speak. Yeah, that's probably another thing I'll do after the game is mosey my way on over to Danny Cannell's Twitter page and see what sort of tears he's spilling over there. K-Star says Tyler Buckner would be QB1 at FSU. Yeah, and he's a fucking lacrosse player. Yeah. He's not even a football player anymore. Chad, thank you for the super chat. My Pillow guy must be FSU O-line NIL sponsor equals Florida State sponsored by My Pillow. Plus, the My Pillow guy has lost 100 lawsuits, just like Florida State. So that's actually a perfect analogy. They're both soft and they both lost hundreds of lawsuits. CJ says, DJ, you can be like McCormick from the under 9-year player. That I'm not. I don't know what that is there. Entire state of Florida on suicide watch before week 2. Yeah, everybody's got to dig up their old Miami hats from 25 years ago now and start putting them on, aren't they? Pretending they've been a Miami fan the whole time. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see Miami fans crawl out of the fucking woodwork. That's exactly what's going to happen. What do you think about Cam Ward? Okay, we're caught up. Let's go back down to the bottom and start again. Josh Pate's still going to think FSU's a good team. Of course. Oh, yeah. He'll coddle him tomorrow night on his show. Yeah. Tell him everything's going to be fine. This is just a rebuilding year, transition year. They'll be back to not making the playoffs again next year. Jeffrey, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Sylvester Rosas, if I'm saying that right. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. He says, Duke over Clemson last year. Now these Labor Day games are hilarious. Yeah, that's right. It was today last year that Duke blew out Clemson 28-7. That's a good point. Good point. Don't know when the ACC will learn their lesson and stop scheduling these games, but hopefully it's no time soon. Hopefully it's no time soon at all. Connor Poindexter says, Bulldog fan here, Lane Kiffin to Florida next. I think Florida should go after Lane Kiffin. The problem is going to be, here's what the problem is going to be. You have to hire a coach these days early because you have signing day the second week of December, and then you have a transfer portal window that opens up for the last 3 weeks of December. If you don't have a head coach, there's nothing to keep every player you have from entering the portal and leaving. Never mind your signing day falling apart if you don't have a coach. What if Ole Miss makes the playoffs? I don't think Lane Kiffin, 2 weeks before he takes Ole Miss to a playoff game, is going to hold a press conference and say, I'm out. I'm taking the job at Florida. So I think Florida's only chance of getting Lane Kiffin is if Ole Miss doesn't make the playoffs. But I think they should try. Lil Leon says, Lou, your old videos are classics now. Yeah, I miss making some of those old videos. Some of them are embarrassing, but I leave them up because it reminds me of sort of how far I came. But yeah, if you ever really want to laugh at me instead of with me, go back and watch some of my videos from 9 and 10 years ago. They're nothing to brag about. They're nothing to brag about. Ace says Kirby regrets not hiring Buster Faulkner instead of his boy Bobo, just like playing his boy Fromm over Eason. Both moves cost you guys natties. That's another dumb comment. Scored 42 points a game last year. Bobo's an elite offensive coordinator. It seems like you're trying to... It seems everything you type is retarded, and it seems like you know that, and you're trying to one-up your retardedness with every next thing that you type. It's kind of what it seems like is happening here. Braves are suing for their chant back. Yeah, Florida State's driving the whole chant thing into the ground. Mr. Matt Dog says FSU's the worst thing that happened since the Trail of Tears. Boy. Ginger says, I played football with Aubrey Solomon, and your rant on him was my introduction to your channel. We had a good laugh on that one, too. Oh, yeah, I got mad at Aubrey Solomon because he went to Michigan. I took all my clothes off in that video.
I remember.
Yeah, I took my clothes off, and I said, what do you want to do? Go fucking spend the night with Jim Harbaugh? Or I forget. I lost my mind. Aubrey Solomon and Demetrius Robinson are why I quit following recruiting. I was really getting way too involved and invested in it and losing my mind and seriously embarrassing myself on YouTube about it. Yelling about 17-year-old kids and where they wanted to go to college. That's why I quit following recruiting so closely. But yeah, if you want to see something really bad, type in Uncle Lou Aubrey Solomon or Uncle Lou Demetrius Robinson on YouTube and have at it. Simon Master, thank you for the super chat. Tennessee's going to beat the hell out of NC State this weekend. I think so too. Anthony Swift says Tyler Buckner is better than DJU, and he's a wide receiver for Notre Dame. Darth says, LOL, true college football fans won't care. We all know it's all banner, but saying you love Native Americans because of our casinos cracks me up. Yeah. That's the closest one to where I'm at is that one in Cherokee, North Carolina. That's the only casino that's within driving distance for me where I'm at. So I go there, 5 or 6 times a year. Number one fan of the U says BC is winning the Natty. Yeah, Boston. Yeah, Florida State fan be telling you that. They're winning the Natty, yeah. Tyler Lewis says Florida State loses to Memphis and suicide hotline crashes. Thank you, Tyler. Let's see, where were we at here? Seth Rutherford, thank you for the super chat. Honestly, thank God Bobby Bowden isn't alive to witness this mediocrity that they've turned the program into. Yeah, boy, it's a long way from the Bobby Bowden days right now. Brian Gentry, thank you for the super chat. Clown Union sues Florida State to get their school back. Is there even a clown union? There should be. If there's not, there should be. Fucking clown union. Memphis Rebel says Florida State might start an insurrection on the ACC. All right, back to the bottom again. Florida State, or Connor Poindexter says, what's your thoughts on Georgia playing at Alabama this year? I got Georgia by 21. What? No. I can't swallow that. I can't swallow that amount of red Kool-Aid, buddy. By 21, no. I think Georgia can beat them. I don't know if they can beat them by 21. I don't know about that. They're about a 4-point favorite right now. I don't know about beating them by 21. Simon Master, thank you for the super chat. Says Florida State needs to call Vandy's quarterback. They need all kinds of help. They need all kinds of help. Bobo was good in the SEC championship game last year. Monken scored the same amount of points against Bama in the SEC championship game as Bobo did. So I guess Monken's not any good either. Wow, Lou, this is crazy, says Eric Birch. So about this game, yeah, 28-13 with 2 minutes to go. Florida State's absolute poverty. David says, in all seriousness, this ass whooping couldn't happen to a more deserving team. Let's see, where are we at? Vandy's quarterback. Kentucky going to beat the hell out of USC Junior. It looks that way after what we saw this last weekend. South Carolina looked really, really bad. I didn't think South Carolina was going to be very good this year, but they looked worse even than I thought they would. Super Denny Gumper, thank you for the super chat. Kirk Herbstreit is owed an apology, but Florida State fans are too pussy to give him one. Yeah, they're not. They're just going to hide on the internet. That's all they're going to do. Tyler Lewis, FSU loses to Memphis and suicide. Okay, all right, we're caught back up with that. Goofy Gamecock says Florida State is the rambling wreck. Well, Georgia Tech is the rambling wreck. Florida State's just a train wreck. They're just a train wreck. Damn, is Boston College taking a knee on Florida State? 4th preseason AP top 10 team to start 0-10 in the last 10 seasons. Poverty. I'm surprised it's that many, actually. David says, in all seriousness, ass whooping couldn't have a more deserving. Yeah. All right. Look, this is the first time I've been caught up on the super chats in like 2 hours, which is a good problem to have. But game just about over here. It looks like Boston College is taking knees now. 50 seconds and the clock is ticking. Boston College is going to beat Florida State 28-13. Just unreal. Just absolutely unreal. Tyler Steele says, if Uga wasn't a 5-star at a high school, he wouldn't never seen the field after Clemson. Maybe. 3rd and goal, another knee, and that's going to do it. This one is over. All right, everybody.
Damn.
I'm going to get out of here. Not the result I was expecting. I thought Florida State would bounce back after a disappointing Week 0 loss to Georgia Tech. I was wrong. Florida State really is that bad. Hard to believe. Hard to believe they've gotten this bad that fast, but they have. Shout out to Boston College and the 3 fans that exist of Boston College. Good win for y'all. 1-0 for Boston College. 0-2 for Florida State. Tomorrow's Tuesday, 9 p.m. I'll be live for the college football call-in show. I do a call-in show every Tuesday and Thursday night at 9 p.m. So if you want to talk college football with me, give me a call tomorrow night. I'll be live at 9 o'clock for the call-in show. I do that every Tuesday and Thursday night year-round, by the way. Year-round. Tuesday and Thursday night, 9 p.m. We talk college football year-round every Tuesday and Thursday night at 9. So tune in for that. What else? I'll be live Saturday morning at 9 a.m. for the college kickoff show, and then live on Patreon Saturday to stream some college football. I'm not sure which time slot yet. It'll either be noon or prime time for the Patreon stream on Saturday. The link to my Patreon page is in the description of this video if you would like to check it out. We have a really good time on Saturday streaming these games over on the Patreon page. Come hang out with us. You'll be glad you did. All right, big shout out to everybody for tuning in tonight. I had a great time watching some football with you guys. Of course, everybody with the super chats. I can't thank y'all enough. Super chats on these live streams are what help keep my head above water here, so I really, really appreciate it. And to everybody in the comment section, I've said it a couple of times. I'm going to say it again. It's a pretty average college football channel. This is the best comment section of any college football channel on YouTube. I love you guys. I had a great time in week 1. 5 straight days of football, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I've had an amazing time. I can't wait to do it again next weekend. Ghost Boy says FSU allowed 270 yards rushing. Oh my God. Yeah, I haven't even looked up the stats, but that seems about right based on what I just watched. Tyler Steele, thank you. He says if Oogabadoog wasn't a 5-star, oh, he never seen it. Okay, we read that one. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. I got to go. I will see you again soon.